The Pat McAfee Show.
There will be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about. Yes,
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is. Yesterday was fucking awesome. Monday, April 4th, 2022. This show begins now. Yeah! Can't thank you enough for watching at youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. I got a little, bruised up, banged up. I'm incredibly hungover right now. And that plane left Dallas a lot later than I thought it was going to this morning. You know, there was different plans, and then obviously things happened. Sure. Last night was a dream come true. Last night I had the time of my life. Last night, I should have been undefeated at WrestleMania, and then I got, set up.
Yeah, unofficial.
I got bamboozled.
Big time.
There's no way that was a sanctioned match.
No, it wasn't.
That one didn't. So I'm still undefeated at WrestleMania.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one said it was.
Yeah, thank you. Undefeated at WrestleMania. And then also, had 10.
What?
11.
What?
15.
What?
20.
What?
25.
What?
Maybe 30 beers last night. So, absolutely thankful for everybody and everything. Austin Theory, he's a good kid. He's on his way. I was very fortunate to be in there. And there was some cool stuff that took place at WrestleMania. And shout out to everybody on the internet that gave me a lot of love last night. I can't thank you enough. I was trying to go through it on the plane, but I was getting a little dizzy because of the amount of
sure.
I mean, there was
There
skies.
were a lot of tweets.
Yeah, everybody was so fucking nice. And then I had 152 text messages as well. I will try to get back to everybody. I promise that. But thank you all so much. Last night was a fucking dream, and you all are the best. With that being said, the Toxic Table is here. At Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. How's the gabagool, cuz? Right there on the shirt.
On the top rope over there when you did that. I think it was, right before you did the Swanton? You gave one of these?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious. There's so many good moments in that match. I mean, shit.
Gave a couple of Roethlisbergers.
Oh, yeah.
A couple Aaron Rodgers.
Coming out.
That was sweet.
Yeah. And what am I supposed to do here? I started thinking that when I walked out for that entrance. And I was standing there, fucking Cowboys cheerleaders were out there. Didn't know that was happening. That's awesome. So then I go out, and I'm like, by the way, thank you, Jack White, man.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out to the White Stripes, kind of letting that one play. I guess that's not an easy task so shout out to the WWE also making that happen. But I walked out there. As soon as I walked out there, I looked around. I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
What? Because in your mind, I've done that, right? Like in my mind, I've done my wrestling entrance in my head. I've come through the curtain in my head, literally, I said it yesterday, probably 10 million times. There was a time in my life where every time I walked through a door, I acted as if I was walking into an arena full of people or whatever. So you think about this entire moment forever and ever, and then as you're walking out there, it's like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do with my hands? I didn't think enough. Yeah. I don't think I thought enough about all this whenever I was arbitrarily doing. Yeah, that was sweet, man. That was so fucking cool.
It was unreal.
Tell you what, the sparkle too was a nice touch.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Miss Terry, I appreciate the hell out of you. She was the one that did all of Undertaker's stuff, and I literally met her day one because she has an entire, I don't know what it's called. It's called
Wardrobe
collection.
It's like an open up, and it's like a closet, but it's like in a.
It's like a mobile closet, right?
Yeah, but it's like big one.
Yeah.
Now. It's like a big one.
It's on wheels.
And I walked. She was in. It was in the Thunderdome. I walked in, and she had 5 or 6 of the Undertaker's row, and then Ric Flair stuff was in there and all this stuff. I'm like, damn, like this is a hell of a collection. And she's like, just some of the stuff, I've done. She's been there for like 20, 30 years or whatever. So like I started like, hey, fucking okay, look at you. And like the first time I fist bumped her, she fucking tried to break my hand. So this lady hit my hand. I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right, nice to meet you or whatever. So then the next week, our conversation, I'm like, hi, Miss Terry. Very nice to see you. Hope all is well. Fist bump again. Boom. She's throwing like a heavy right. I'm like, oh, she works like stiff. Like, this is insane. What's going on? So our relationship built because her trying to bust my hands every single time she gave me a fist bump. And we always chatted about how talented she is, like in her work and everything she's done. Like the seamstress crew, the costume making design, I don't even fucking know what it is. I think I had one of those classes in college. I have no idea what that department of humans is. The things they create have been a part of WWE for so long. And they're all such incredibly cool people and hardworking people. So like me and Miss Terry have always talked like about all the cool stuff she made. I'm like, hey, maybe one day, maybe one day I'll get my shit made by you. And she's like, oh, I would love that or whatever. So then WrestleMania weekend, I had not thought about what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
I had not thought about what I was wearing at all. I'm just gonna walk out there in black pants and a goddamn tank top. Like, what are we even talking about? And then I started looking around at everybody else. Like when I got there, when I arrived on Saturday, Logan Paul was in one of the coolest,
sweet.
coolest things I've ever seen in my life. And I like thought to myself, like, man, I'm putting on a goddamn tank top and black pants. And I saw somebody else had like a full, like almost a parade float around them. And they're like, yeah, it's WrestleMania. I'm like, it is. So I walk into Miss Terry. I'm like, hey, I need to WrestleMania-fy.
Yeah.
She's like, I got you. And she glued that shit on by hand.
Damn.
Yeah, like day up, like almost damn near 24 hours beforehand. And we had a pretty cool moment, like, hey, I appreciate you or whatever. So like WrestleMania, not just like the match, which was awesome, getting stunned, hilarious.
Yeah.
So funny.
Hilarious.
Unbelievable.
Hilarious, dude.
Unbelievable.
I did not know that was happening. I did.
Just
That
the
whole
best,
thing.
dude.
I had no idea that was happening. Us chugging a couple beers together.
What?
All right, hey, kid. I'm going to go this way. You go that way. It was awesome. And had beer in my eyes and my ears. You know how I have like a hole in my...
Yeah.
Boom!
Oh, man.
He killed me, dude. What are you talking about? He just hit my face off that man's shoulder. But like, it was so stupid. It was so dumb. And I'm so thankful. And that second match didn't happen.
No, didn't count.
Commission
What was
never.
his problem?
Yeah, I don't know. Literally, I mean, I did
I
say.
think he just wanted to show off.
Well, I told him too. Yeah, I think so too. By the way, I had a black tank top on. I don't know if it was kind of interesting there.
I mean, he has no business looking like that as a 76-year-old.
I was so
I kind of told him that too. Like, there's still 86-year-old bones underneath all that shit.
so elated and excited for you to get the win over Austin, and then all that bullshit happens, and I see Vince start taking his shirt off. I'm like, oh no, this is not good. That man is still jacked.
You should have heard the stadium whenever he was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Whenever he had that jacket on and he started attempting taking it off, man, there was like a buzz raising in there, and I was like, is this people need to know like the wrestling business. People understand what the wrestling business is, but there's things that happen out there on a very regular occasion that are not like hey, this is not how this is supposed to go. And you just are like, there's people around that are like, hey, yeah, this is happening now, basically. And and I'm just like, what the? All right. I sat up on the ropes, I sat there for a second and I looked around and I saw a 76-year-old Vince McMahon taking his shirt off. I'm like, is this a movie right now? Like, this has to be a simulation. And then obviously Austin Theory attacks me from behind.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Vince abuses his power. And that ref, what the fuck was he doing?
Yeah, that was horseshit.
Take control.
What was that ref even doing? I have
Nothing.
no idea what he was doing. But yeah, it was all very, very dumb. At Tone Diggs, one half of the Hammer, Dahn Cowboys, the odds were, I was favored on a lot of the offshore accounts or whatever. That's awesome news to hear. Like, I'm very thankful that I was favored going.
And I saw other famous people tweeting that they put a bunch of money on you to win. I mean, come on, we knew. We absolutely. I mean, that guy is the most insufferable prick around
of all time.
Of all time.
Listen, he's young. Okay, he's handsome. He's very good in there.
Sure.
He can talk very well. His hair,
Pretty solid.
Stupendous.
very, very good hair. But listen, Randy Orton said it last week. He's a boy. I'm a man.
That's right.
There's just a little different level of that whole thing. With that being said, his cockiness got to him, man.
Yeah.
He wasn't parading around. I mean, I came back to my senses almost when I was up there. I'm like, God damn. Oh, I'm on somebody's shoulders right now. I need to get the fuck off of here. Joining us now from an attic in Ohio, a man who sent a very nice text message to me before the match and after the match. Ladies and gentlemen, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, COVID survivor, AJ Hawk. Yeah! What's up, Steve Jobs Hawk? What's going on, dude?
What's up, man? I know you always say that when I wear this deal, but yeah, how do you feel today?
This one's a little sore.
Where did that come from when you... Where'd you hit him? Right in the face?
No, shoulder tap. He was standing outside the ropes like an idiot.
Such a clown.
And I'm sure there was a much more athletic way to go about doing whatever happened there. But I just sprinted full speed and shouldered him. And that rope was ready. It slingshotted me. I did not prepare for the aftermath. Boom, and then wham, I was down. There was another moment where I went much further than I thought I was going to be going. I was like, oh my God, I'm almost out of the ring right now. There was a couple times in there where I thought I was in bad shape, but I feel good, AJ. I feel really, and I don't want to undersell this, really hungover right now. You know what I mean?
From what you had inside the ring that we saw on camera, and then what was there a thing afterwards?
Well, there might have been, yeah, a lot afterwards. Some inside there, obviously.
Right.
And that beer did taste delicious. Although I was, down and out.
Yeah.
That beer, and I'm happy they caught that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was literally just trying to take that entire thing down. In my head, I'm like, can I put this whole thing down right now? And it started obviously coming out of my mouth, foaming, because that's a tough way to drink there.
Yeah.
That fucker disappeared though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I got rid of that thing. That was
awesome. Did
you.
anyone predict that Stone Cold was coming out night 2 as well?
So listen, I was sitting there just befuddled by everything that was going on in my life right there, and I'm not good enough in that business for everything that happened there. There was a lot of trust that was placed upon me, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Hindsight, that should not have been. I don't think that should not have been, because I'm in there and I'm like, God damn, I should have been given a heads up. How many times have I done? 3 times? I've done this 3 times? Should I have not have been given, hindsight, looking back on it, I was like, man, they were really, really confident in me figuring some stuff out, I guess. But it was cool, AJ. I mean,
it was awesome. It was awesome. I watched, I didn't know when you were going on, so we started watching. It was actually, I appreciate them throwing Otis in there. That helped my kids through a little bit. They were waiting to see you. So Otis pops out. They were juiced, man. They were so pumped to watch him. But yeah, watching your deal live. Yeah, Herbie texted me during it. I'm sure he's texted you a few times. Herbie was texting me and blown away by your performance. And yeah, it was awesome. I didn't know what to expect. I never do going into these things, watching them. I had no idea what you were doing. I know I joked about Vince coming and blasting you in the back of the head, which, hey, look what happened. I knew when I saw Vince, when Vince comes walking down the old ramp, he comes strutting down there. I was like, here we go. This is what I predicted. And then we all know Vince sit down by the commentator's table. You think Vince is going to sit there and let his dude get beat up by you? We knew Vince was coming in.
All right, you did, okay? And when I saw that he was getting introduced, before all of us, and he was going out to the ring, there was quite a... AJ Hawk's been saying this. Yeah. AJ Hawk's been saying this. How about
I loved Vince.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Everything about him inside the ring, the whole stunner with Stone Cold, how they figured that one out. It was all awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he was going to eat.
What are you talking about, dude?
I mean, things you got to react on the fly. Sometimes things don't go exactly as planned.
Bro, you got kicked so hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. He was able. I'm saying Stone Cold was still able to execute.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know how Vince got up from that kick, because, everybody talks about the stunner. You should feel the kick.
I can imagine.
The kick before it, boom, right to the guts. I mean, Vince McMahon, 76 years old, just got through a match with me that was not sanctioned, so I'm still
undefeated.
I'm still undefeated.
That was just a little, a brawl, a street brawl. That doesn't count.
Well, and I got my kids bamboozled off the thing.
That's right.
The whole ordeal over there.
Buddy, also, I know I joke about it whenever I talk about Adam Cole, you guys get mad at me when I say he's a good dude. That I get it. I understand Austin Theory. I understand what he's doing. That dude, he is very good at what he is doing.
What
and
is
how
this
he
guy?
is instigating.
Son of a bitch.
How he's, I'm saying he's a great foil.
Dare you,
He's a great
dude.
foil to you. Like he plays that role great. I feel like it takes a special person to get up there and try to get everybody to hate him and everyone to boo him.
Yeah, it's not easy. He's not trying, by the way. That's just who
I know.
he is.
I'm just saying his personality is great for that, for wrestling.
We were talking a little bit earlier. He's incredibly handsome. Okay? He's very athletic.
Yeah. Sure.
Seems to talk very well. There's people that have been lied to him that say this guy's got a great personality. He's working like 4 or 5 nights a week at this point. With that being said, he was too goddamn cocky. You know, he's young. He had to be served a little ha. You know what I mean? Like, hey, wakey, cuz this is the WWE. There's commentators sitting over there that'll beat you if you want to. He was parading around with me on his show. I was out of it. Okay, he could have had me there. That's his finisher. He was about to drop on me, and then all of a sudden, boom! I'm back to my senses. Oh, there's 80,000 people here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's going on? And you know what I mean? That's how I get the win. But those are little things he's gonna, pick up on his journey to hopefully becoming, a better person. Like whenever Vince introed him, though, he said, "Future,
Yeah.
WWE Universal Champion Austin." That's a huge deal. Okay, so when Drew McIntyre first came, he called him like the chosen one. Like basically when Drew McIntyre first came over, he said, this is like the chosen one. I forget the exact word that she used when he introed him. And Drew McIntyre obviously didn't know that was coming at the time. But everybody that's a WWE fan sees Vince say that and they're like, okay, so Vince fucking likes this guy. Like this is a guy. Now it didn't work out for Drew that time. Then Drew had to come back or whatever. But whenever he introed Austin like that, like I bet you Austin was standing in the back and all of Austin's friends were like, God damn.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So I'm very happy for Austin Theory's journeys going forward, but I'm happy, also to be a part of the journey of smacking him around. Hey, fucking enough with your bullshit.
Wait until you hear Cole and Byron call it. More specifically, Cole. Cole was on one.
Yeah,
Marking
top tier.
out.
He told me beforehand that this is one of the first matches in a long time he was like super excited for.
He was.
I don't think he sat down.
Yeah.
He was on an emotional roller coaster the whole time. He was on the verge of tears at one point, and then I think he was orgasmic towards the end.
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. I don't know.
Pin him, Pat! Pin him!
So I was sitting outside, after I got my ribs brutalized. I was coughing up. I didn't know if blood was coming
From
up.
the football, the punt?
Yeah.
That was an added touch. Like, so was that the football that you blasted into the atmosphere when you on your entrance?
No, so there was 4. The ball situation, believe it or not, was a whole thing. It was a whole deal. The ball
What do you mean?
The ball was a whole deal. Yeah, because there was
Because the ball is the program.
the ball is the program. I tried to explain that to a couple people, like, hey, the ball. Yes. I tried to explain that, like I tried to have that conversation. But obviously there was a couple different balls over there, and then were the balls good enough to make it on WrestleMania? I don't know. It was awesome. That whole thing was amazing.
Had you not caught that ball in the ribs, it might have hit the Jumbotron.
Easily.
Well, that's what I was trying to say to people. Like, I've been saying for a long time, the punt is the most dangerous play in football. Okay, they're currently at the NFL trying to change the rules of the punt to make it safer. And here I am on the other side of it. That thing cracked. That probably shattered some ribs.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Just remembered
Go ahead.
from Pittsburgh by way of
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
was
So awesome.
because that was just a nice little like inside kind of thing, but it was perfect.
Yeah, it was. As soon as I heard it, by the way, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I was like, man, I hope the motherfucking Yinzers
they
are
did.
pretty pumped up about this. By way of Indianapolis, Indiana. Samantha Irvin, the announcer, she's got pipes, man. I guess she can fucking like really sing. Like,
She's
really,
very good at singing. I
she
saw
can-
her videos.
Yes?
Yeah,
She-
on her IG, she has videos of her singing. Very good.
She goes too, like when she's yelling, she's very impressive. But yeah, man, the whole night was cool, dude. The whole night was cool. I mean, there might have been some Maker's Mark. When was the last time you drank Maker's Mark?
Why?
It's been a little while.
Me too. My body.
Afterwards, how much were you putting those in the beer bong with the beers?
Right?
Why?
No.
He was so awesome.
Yeah.
was so
He was
awesome.
giggling, brother.
Yeah.
He's running around doing like the airplane. He's just laughing the whole time.
Time of his life, dude.
There was a time, maybe over the weekend on Saturday where, Steve had the KO show that then turned into a match, which none of us knew was going to happen. His last match ever.
I was shocked, that turned into a match.
Hey, all of us. I believe all of us were. Like, because they were saying that confrontation's going to come, so I just assumed it would be like some sort of fight or whatever. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen there. But he was, working on coming out or whatever. And, we're in a different era now of the WWE than we were then. So I got to watch, like, this dude's entrance with an empty stadium or whatever, He goes right to that top rope, fucking both fingers. Straight up in the air, right? Straight up in the air, both fingers like it's the old, he's doing his whole thing. And then I see like 3 producers run over and over and like, can't do that. So he goes to the next one and he does it again. Like, can't do that. He was like, all right, so he just put his fist up or whatever. So then as I was watching him, I was wondering, like, there's no way he keeps that middle finger down. Like, in the middle finger from Steve Austin's coming at some point. And then last night he had a couple where he fucking stepped up. The hand went up there.
He was mouthing fuck, too. The hot mic picked him up saying, give me another fucking beer.
The camera zoomed in every time, just cuff the finger.
That's like, that's an actual practice. Yeah, they're trying to do that.
Why? You can't flick people off, really?
I don't know. I just think like
on the cock, too.
The WWE is... They understand that a lot of kids, I think like back in the day, they didn't 100% know how many kids were watching because like, they knew the demo, but then I think like there was a whole transition and a change into this PG era. And I think it's because like grandkids were starting to be born and like kids were starting to be born.
Because little kids like you were going to school and flicking off your teachers. That's what it was.
I wasn't a big middle finger guy. My brother, big middle finger guy. I was more of a.
I got suspended for that.
Yeah, I was a big. Yes, exactly. I think they heard all those stories and they're like, well, we can't be doing this. We can't be this. So I think that was the change. And then obviously the business goes in an incredible way and it just kind of stuck with it. But there's a couple of us, and by us, I should not be saying that, but it's hard for me not, if I'm in the middle of a fight with somebody, not to be like, hey, fuck you. Yeah. How about that? It is hard not to do that. And once again, that's probably because every week I watch a guy walk out, like that. But I think that makes me, I think that makes you, whatever the case.
Did he?
But yeah, Steve threw those middle fingers up a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome to see. While I was standing there, I'm like in a video game right now.
And he's circling the ring in the 4-wheeler. That was one of my favorite parts.
Fucking moving, too. That wasn't hey, this guy has been on this before. Like, this guy was probably
coming down the ramp. I was nervous for him coming down the ramp, man. I'm like, this dude is rolling.
How about when he parks it and he stands up on top of it? It's like, how many times? Like, he's still riding that weekly, I'd assume.
Oh, yeah.
I'd assume he's riding that thing weekly. It was fucking cool, man. What's going on?
Did the set change from when you said Stone Cold was up there in an empty arena? Did it change, or did you guys get a warning that if you run your face into the set that you would start bleeding? Or
so I did get told.
My God,
man, AJ Styles, hope your face is okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a prop. When I saw him come out, I was like, what? Do they have like fake blood taped to his face?
Did they show him running into it? Or?
No. There was a couple crowd videos that got it.
Yeah,
but
no. Zito just said we can run the video. No, we don't need to do that to AJ. Like, there's some reason to
so
do it.
We didn't see it on Peacock, but there was a couple crowd videos that you could see on the internet. But out of nowhere, he's just bleeding walking down the.
So I was walking to Gorilla, which is obviously the last stop before you go out, and like 4 different producers were like, when you go out there, the bottom of the entrance is like a star. Like, make sure you get to the middle because it is short on the side there. And I was like, okay, yeah. They're like, well, AJ literally just ran his face in the side of it. He's bleeding right now. I was like, what? I was like, AJ Styles is bleeding right now? Match hasn't started. Yeah, he's bleeding. So we need you not to do that too. Okay, thank you so much. And I was like, you got it. Then the next producer came, hey, when you go out there, there's a slant. Make sure you get all the way to the middle. I'm like, oh yeah, why is that? Like, now I'm like gassing.
Yeah.
Well, AJ Styles just ran his face into it, so we need that not to happen. Okay, thank you so much. You saved my life. So then I'm walking 4 more steps. Another producer, hey, on your entrance, I don't know if you've heard or not. I'm like, yeah, got it. Face thing? Yeah, got it.
Get to the middle.
Yeah, get to the middle. Got it.
To his credit, he no-sold it. He took it like a champ. And then it was awkward, though, because I wish you were calling the match because no one
mentioned it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got to talk about that.
Oh, speaking of that.
Got to talk about that. What?
The Jackass.
Yeah.
Wee Man was one of the top 5 most impressive things I've ever seen.
Dude. Wee Man He was standing there for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't a quick pick him up, put him down.
No.
That was
Chilling.
Shades of Hulk Hogan.
like walking around.
Dude.
Wee Man ate that table a few weeks ago at Four Seasons. Now he's picking people up. Is he per capita the strongest pound for pound, size for size human of all time, AJ? He might be that guy.
He might be. I was very excited when old Pontius, when old Party Boy comes in. Your commentary with him, like he's so goofy.
Well, before he even took his pants off, I did. By the way, did not know Pontius was going to be there. Like there was a couple of new members of the Jackass crew that I didn't know. Yeah. Jasper,
his dad.
It's not. Excuse me. Don't say that. We don't know if that's his dad.
No, I watched the movie this week.
That is his dad?
Yeah.
That's a father-son combo?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, why wasn't I told? Like, that should have been something. I feel like that should have been something I was told, but I didn't know, like, the younger crew or whatever. And then Cole goes, there's some other things might happen too or whatever. You feel pretty good about it? I'm like, yeah, I watched Jackass a lot back in the day. Like, I feel pretty good about it. And then I see fucking Pontius show his face. And I think I immediately said, I've seen more parts of this guy's body and then he started stripping. I'm like, here, this is it. This is this guy's move. Party Boy is gonna put his penis in with a snake if he can. And then he had a denim thong. That was a denim printed thong.
Yeah. I thought it was a great addition.
So good.
The hand.
Oh my God. I had no idea it was coming because
yeah, you were actually, you could see you're looking the other way.
I was looking at Knoxville, the goddamn, he had
Taser.
that thing on, taser, and he's walking. I'm like, this is so outrageous. And all of a sudden I hear, and I look to my left, and there is what? A fucking 7-foot hand? I was like, when did this show up? How have I not seen this
And
thing?
who built that?
Exactly. The mousetrap.
The mousetrap was awesome.
The leg.
What'd you say about
Just
the
the
mousetrap?
leg with the boot.
Knoxville knowing the mechanics to operate a mousetrap in any situation is unbelievable.
He pulls that. Yeah, he's been around a mousetrap. If anybody on earth knows a mousetrap, Johnny Knoxville knows a mousetrap. Bro, he pulls that thing, it doesn't go, and you see him immediately go, nope, still doing it. Put his head in the middle of the mousetrap. Turn that thing. What a night, man. It was cool.
You putting the headset on.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of the match, too.
Hey, shout out Booker T. He did a TNA one time. Booker T's kicking everybody's ass. He had like a microphone as he was stomping on people. That was fun.
Zeke was right there. He was loving it.
Hey, him and Micah. I met them both. They're cool dudes. They were, After I went up onto the, the rope or whatever to celebrate, and Micah and Zeke were like flexing. I'm like, hey, I appreciate you guys. Really, very nice. They are specimens, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what he tweeted after the show. He was like, Pat played defense in the NFL.
Yeah,
like
people forget.
People
forget. Punter is a defensive position, AJ. You know, that's why this is good defensive football conversation on this show. Ain't that right, AJ?
Yeah, it's all one-sided here. It's all we have to have Aaron on to get some offensive talk, because me and you, we're all defense.
Did you say offensive or offensive?
A little bit of both, maybe.
To some people in different countries and different walks of life and political conversations. No, all right, let's get to a break, man. All right, that was enough.
Do you think Ben's pissed at you?
I don't know if it was enough.
What's that, buddy?
You think Ben's pissed at you for stealing his thing on such a large stage right there?
Well, I'd like to let Big Ben know I stole from Aaron. So his gripe is with Aaron.
That's right.
So listen, Aaron's going to have a gripe with me. Ben should have a gripe with Aaron. And then that just kind of, that's the chain of command there. That's the chain of gripes.
It's not stealing at all. It's all great Pittsburghers do it.
That's right.
Yeah, listen, that sign literally means there are no gripes. So
yeah,
don't try to start shit, AJ.
And if anyone has a gripe with Big Ben, it's whoever invented it.
Well, I believe it's sign language.
Yeah.
So
have you checked on Vince?
No. What he did last night? Come on.
Yeah. Guy's got 2 broken ribs because of it.
And no kneecaps.
Right here, dude.
I thought you were going to wear the Walgreens neck brace today for sure.
What are you talking about?
Walgreens.
If I would have got injured, I would have done that. Okay? And also, if I would have got here a little bit earlier, I mean, I got here about a minute and a half, 2 minutes before this thing started. It was tough to get on that plane, pal. It was tough to get on.
What time do you end up leaving?
Well, I mean, about an hour and a half after I was supposed to be.
What?
So, you tell me.
And some of those people they're going to be at Raw tonight wrestling?
There was a lot of those conversations last night from me to them.
Yeah, dude, you didn't see Gable Stevenson everywhere?
Hey, I'm a big fan of Gable. I love that dude.
Is he starting tonight?
I think he has
like classes. Still?
He's got a month left till he graduates.
I think Veer's there tonight.
Bro, I think Veer does debut tonight. Hey, welcome.
Here we go.
But I think Gable's got a month left of classes, and I said they should give you a fucking degree, shouldn't they? Yeah. I mean, what are we doing? Guy won the Olympics, 2 NCAA titles. Like, you think these classes are going to teach him anything? No. Give him his goddamn degree. Give him a doctorate, actually. You know what I mean? But that's a guy who dropped out of college who doesn't necessarily believe in the entire system. So that doesn't mean I'm right either. But I love him. He's perfect for WWE. He loves that. He's a big fan.
Seems to be pretty powerful.
Well, not only pretty powerful, but I think he's a big fan of the business, gets the business, and his resume is fucking
stacked.
Stupid, you know what I mean? So
what about
I'm happy for him. His brother also wrestling NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. His older brother is wrestling NXT, I think.
What about Boogs? It's a damn shame.
Yeah, that was a pretty emotional moment in the back in the training room or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened there. I think there was a little bit of a I don't know what happened. Because he's done that, like, I don't know, probably 100 times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crazy game. Whenever I saw that, though, I thought to myself, like, oh, shit, like, something can happen. Some freak thing can happen out of nowhere.
Yeah, anybody.
Everybody talking to me, all the OGs. Hey, don't be a fucking idiot out there. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, don't be an idiot. Okay. All right. Don't be a fucking idiot. Okay. All right.
Well, right before you went up, Cole goes, he's out of his mind. Yeah, he's going to do something stupid.
He's going to do something dumb. Thanks to Michael Cole, man. He's awesome. Thanks, everybody at WWE. Thank you to you watching. On the other side, I'm going to get caught up on all the news happening around the sports.
There is.
The Final Four happened. Congrats to UNC for ending Coach K's career.
Let's go Heels.
And also congrats to Kansas getting a big win over Villanova. I tried to watch some highlights late night and see what was going on. We'll have Ian Rapoport join us on the other side to keep us updated on what's going on in the NFL. Has anything happened over the last few days while WrestleMania was taking place? Can't wait to hear that. We're back in 4 minutes. I love you all so much. Cheers.
Same mistake Pat McAfee made earlier. Theory is stunned on the second rope. What does McAfee do here? Whatever it takes. Apparently at this juncture, Pat McAfee now on the middle rope with Austin Theory. Now McAfee on the top rope. That has been so impressive. All the way to the top rope. Pat, you better be sure about this. Go for it all. You better be sure, Pat. Go for it all. Theory looking to counter. Theory, a couple jabs there to the abdomen of McAfee. Lands on his feet. Wow. Theory can't believe it. He said, what the hell? I can't believe it. Austin Theory not sure what to do. Holy moly. Look at the agility. He just leaped to the top rope. You gotta be kidding me. That was sick. For the brand. And so is this. Superplex by Pat McAfee. Come on, Pat. Cover him. Cover him, Pat. Yes. For the win. For the win. Theory kicked down. Damn it. I believed in that moment, Michael. I believed in that moment that Pat McAfee was going to earn a victory over Austin Theory. But look at the athleticism of McAfee here. He leaps to the top rope, then he delivers a superplex. I mean, I knew Pat could move, but my God. Again, Byron, this is WrestleMania. This isn't his ring in his studio in Indianapolis, goofing around with McAfee's boys. Stop in a mud hole, Mr. McMahon. You had to use that, didn't you? I know. Here we go. Now it's time to celebrate. Is it? What a moment. Can you imagine? McAfee for his boys. For the brand. his match at WrestleMania and shares a beer with the tech. Oh no! Stunner! 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 Austin stuns McAfee! I hate to say it, but DTA, Pat, don't trust anybody. Especially the dirtiest son of a bitch to ever play the game. Austin 316 says, I just stunned Pat McAfee. I guess Pat can enjoy his victory when he wakes up. The celebration belongs now to the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Let's call. We're live there. We're supposed to call Rapoport 8 minutes ago, so we're trying to figure that out. Thank you all so much for watching here on this glorious Monday, April 4th, 2022. The man to my left, your right, AJ Hawk, Super Bowl champion, COVID survivor.
Whoa. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
I mean, we don't talk about that enough, but AJ, I appreciate you battling through that so we get a chance to hear your wonderful brain on display every single goddamn day here. Talk to the tables here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. Tone Diggs is one half of the Hammer. Dahn, Cowboys. How'd you guys do betting-wise? Are we good?
Yeah, we had Kansas and Carolina.
How about it?
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
are we just, are we spoiling everything? Joining us now is a man who will hopefully keep us updated on what has happened in the NFL world over the last few days as I was experiencing the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rapoport.
Hey, Rapsy.
Rapsy, what up, dude? Sorry we're late there, pal. What's going on, man? Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Rap.
That's for AJ beating COVID. Oh.
I got a frantic text from my brother. I know you did all this, so I don't want to go into it again. But I got a frantic text from my brother. Pat's match is coming up. So I flipped on Peacock. I watched it. It was thoroughly entertaining. I had a good tweet ready, and then the thing just never stopped. And then you won, and then you lost, and then you got your ass kicked, and then you drank. It was like literally the perfect day. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, thank you, Ian. I saw your tweet. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the love. Thanks for watching. I assume you watch every wrestling thing, so the fact
yeah. No, you're a great announcer, right?
No, yeah.
This guy.
All right, thank you, Rat. I appreciate you tuning in, man. You're the best. Thank you for your love. As I would like to say to everybody else that sent out great words and nice words, I appreciate you all so much. What have I missed? Has anything happened over the last couple of days? I've kind of been in Jerry world, literally just under a bubble. This is a real question. Has something big happened? Because when I said what happened, Connor looked and was like, yes, something happened. And then you just gave a pretty big look. What happened in the NFL world the last couple of days?
There were a couple things, actually. So, first of all, Xavier Howard got a new contract, a 2-year, $50 million extension to kind of make him whole and kind of figure out this contract.
Good for Xavier. That's huge because that was a big conversation last offseason, wasn't it?
I mean, it's been a conversation for, I think, the last 2 off seasons. And his agent, David Canner, has worked like crazy to try to figure this out. He had 3 years left on his deal, but he didn't like the last deal he signed. So he's been, I think, unhappy for like years. And it's a hard one because teams don't want to redo deals with 3 years left. Sort of unprecedented that the Dolphins did it, but he is a great player. So if you're a great player, sometimes you get great things. This was an awesome one for him.
Hey, this is continuing to be, I don't want to say a PR push by the Dolphins, but this is like a big time, like, hey, we're different than the organization that you've been hearing about. At Bubba Gumpino, a big Dolphins fan. You were pumped to see this happen because X is a hell of a player, right?
Everything was going perfect until... the
next batch of news here?
Yeah.
What else happened?
Oh, yeah.
Well, so funny you ask. Devontae Parker, who is a very talented receiver, a starting receiver on most teams, probably not Miami since they just traded for Tyreek Hill and are kind of redoing things. They traded him to the Patriots.
Who's paying? Is this? Are the Dolphins paying for another player to play for the New England Patriots again?
No, they get a third rounder in the future, and they give up Parker and a 5. So the value is basically a little less than a 5th round pick. I'm sorry, a little more than a 5th round pick. So for the Dolphins, it's good value. It's just,
why would you?
He's going to be playing for the Patriots, and what everyone assumes is that the Patriots are going to get this player who has been frustrated in the last couple of years, and he's going to be awesome, and then he's going to do it against the Dolphins. And will that happen? Probably. Probably.
So we signed Andre Johnson, who is one of the coolest dudes of all time. I think he just opened like a lounge or a bar in Houston. I hope it does great because he's a good guy. Cool. But we did not use it. Is cool. Why don't you stop by and get all boozed up?
You'll love sources. Maybe definitely might.
Yeah, maybe you and David Cantor, who's not a source of yours at all. You just drop, hey, this guy's worked really hard. Andre, though, we didn't have him as much as like a focal point in our offense. And it made no sense to any of us on why we weren't. We played Houston. He had 2 touchdowns, like 100 and something. I mean, that is just something that's going to happen. And Mac Jones gets a weapon now. You got to be super excited.
Oh, yeah. I am absolutely juiced. The Patriots are going back to the Super Bowl. We're all the way in.
All right. AJ, go ahead, pal. Sorry about it.
Ian, I know Brian Daboll for the Giants. They opened up their offseason program today, I believe. And what other teams opened up their offseason program? And also, going back to the Giants, what are they going to do? What do they look like this year? You think, what is success for the Giants?
All right, so first of all, the teams who are opening their offseason program, you got the Dolphins, all teams with new coaches. So it's the Dolphins, the Giants. Hold on, I wrote it down. You'd think I would know this off the top of my head, but you'd be wrong.
Pelissero would. Pelissero would have that.
He's on vacation now. He's hanging out with his family. Life is good for
Pelissero. Has to unplug.
What? Back in the factory?
He does have to unplug. Yeah. Bears and Saints are the other ones. Which, if you're the Giants one is interesting because Daniel Jones has professed himself healthy, which is good. He'll be healthy for week 1. And then the talk of the 5th-year option came up, and it's like a fascinating choice because my guess is they don't pick it up. I don't know this, but my guess is they don't pick it up because they don't want to handcuff themselves just in case like the Panthers did with Sam Darnold. But if they don't pick it up and Daniel Jones plays well, then he probably gets the franchise tag, which actually would be really good money for him and a little more than the Giants want to pay. So it's like a risk-reward conversation going on now. But to answer your other question, what would success look like? To me, like 6 or 7 wins and him looking like a starter is a great season for the Giants.
Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Rapshi, what's going on with A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf? It feels like there's some smoke there. Is there going to be any fire, and are those guys going to be, on a new team perhaps?
There is some smoke there. I mean, teams are calling. I know that. I haven't got the sense either organization has done anything to say that they would trade either A.J. Brown or DK Metcalf. Like, obviously teams are calling. And what I think happens now, guys, is you get great players who are not under contract, and everyone thinks they're available. Like, that's just where we are in the NFL. So, 3 years ago, nobody would ever call about DK Metcalf. You'd say, why would you ever trade one of your best players? Now all these GMs are like, oh, he's not under contract? Cool. Maybe I could trade for him, just like what happened with Tyreek Hill. So I think they want to get a deal done. I think they end up doing it. But until they do, teams are going to keep calling the Seahawks and the Titans as well.
So back in the day, I feel like, and I don't want to blame you guys, reporters, again, but
you will.
Yes.
Right.
Not everybody. Some. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, if a player was disgruntled at his team, he was painted as being like uncoachable. This guy hates this guy hates that. And other teams would almost be like, well, we don't want that in our building. And other fan bases would be like, yeah, we don't want that player to join us. Now it feels like there's quite a turn, like, oh, maybe it just doesn't work at this place and it'll work with us because we will treat him much better than maybe the last place. That has really been a shift, I think, in the narrative painting, right? And most GMs, I think, are starting to open their minds a little bit more. Like, just because it didn't work there doesn't mean it won't work here, which I think is great for the player, great for the game, and also good for all parties involved because some shit just doesn't work. You know what I mean, Ian?
This is like the biggest trend of all the things that we've seen the last 3 or 4 years. This is the biggest to me, is guys basically are saying, I'm not thrilled with where I'm going to go, and I want to go someplace else, and nobody holds it against them. We are in an unprecedented age of athlete power. Even Devontae Parker, smaller deal, but even Devontae Parker wanted to go to the Patriots, made clear he wanted to go to the Patriots, and ended up
Really?
Hell
yes.
He hated Miami that much. He's like,
No,
yeah,
but they were
just so
they were going to
sick.
trade him anyway. But he was like, if I'm going to get traded, this is where I want to go. The Dolphins were able to get a good deal that made sense for them,
dude.
and they did it.
Us 2 times a year.
But like you're right, nobody holds it against them. You just say like, I feel like Jalen Ramsey kind of started this with the Jaguars.
Oh, yeah.
But like people are like, you know what? You're not happy there. We can make you happy. I'm gonna get a great player.
Yeah, and it's worked out. I think for Jalen, hasn't really worked out for Jacksonville. I bet you there's a lot of Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays watching Jalen Ramsey be a freak on the field, and everybody in Jacksonville that is a Jaguar fan to put the clown costumes on. We're like, yeah, that guy was on our fucking team, went to Florida State. And for some reason, we treat him like a fucking asshole, and we're gone. And now he's gone or whatever. Like that, I think it's exposing a lot of programs, Ian. I think this is going to continue, too. I think this is only going to continue, and it's great for players. I know fans, and especially old school fans, are like, this ain't how the game goes. Remember, it's not a game, it's a fucking business. You have to remember that this is a business at all times. The teams treat it that way. They'll cut the most popular player on the team if he's not at his best or performing up to whatever his contract's saying. It is a business. And I'm happy that the players are starting to treat it that way. But also, we need some good continuity in places. Chemistry can't be built overnight. So I'm excited to see how the NFL kind of unfolds in this entire thing. Go ahead, Ty.
Rapsy, what exactly is going on with the Commanders? Is it alleged that they were withholding, 40% of ticket revenue? Yeah, and is this actual...
They're dead.
Yeah, is this the last domino? Like, is Dan Snyder going to be forced to sell the team now?
What happened? Whoa.
Okay. This is bad. I don't know this to be a fact, and nobody does. It's an investigation. But let's just say, so here's what happened. So Congress is interviewing the Commanders. I think we talked about it Friday. And they're keeping going, right? So they start investigating something, and then wherever the evidence takes them, they go. And it is reported by Front Office Sports, AJ Perez, a really good reporter, has uncovered, according to him, that they have withheld some of the ticket profits that should be shared with all the other owners. So if
they're
this is
dead.
True,
They're dead.
It's not good. And remember, as Goodell clarified during the Super Bowl press conference, the other owners can actually band together and vote an owner out. If the other owners find out for sure, 100% sure, that Dan Snyder withheld profits from them, that would be very bad.
Hey, listen, you can withhold profits from the government, okay? We're all doing it. We got boats over there in Switzerland and everything. Not us. I'm talking about the other owners.
Right. Yeah, no, cool.
Yeah, I'm talking about the other. They have the people that are up at that level, by the way, have the greatest accountants and lawyers that can figure out every loophole and get through it. Right. And then the people, that aren't as smart, but in that area, taxes are a whole thing. And I know people love them. All right, people love and like I understand that there's an entire you got to pay your fair share and all that, but goddamn, I'd rather control which direction that money goes than the government. That's a whole different conversation. But the United States of Goodell over there said, "Oh, you can lie to them. All right, you ain't fucking lying to us about it. No. This is a money thing. We are a money business. This is a business. You're lying to us about. Yeah, we've heard about the exposés. Okay." We've heard about the entire building, but you're lying to us about the motherfucking money that we're making? No. Get your fucking ass out of here. And the guy that has a spaceship, Bezos, get your ass in here. That can't happen, right? Because people were calling for that last year when all the exposés were coming. Do they pick the next owner? Like, is there any thought of who all would be in the buying game? Because the Broncos are up.
Right.
Feels like the Commanders are going to be up. Mm-hmm. Is there any thought of who's going to get in there? Because I just think that Bezos is going to say $10 billion, and I'm putting a dome over this entire area, and we're going to play every single week.
I do not get the sense that he wants to be an owner. I don't. Really? Not saying he's never going to be. I'm just saying he hasn't been involved. He hasn't shown any indication that he wants to be an owner. He wants to be involved with the NFL. Amazon has a significant place in the NFL, of course, with Thursday Night Football, and we'll see what else they do, but certainly a really, really good partner now. I think he's happy there. But to answer your question, this happened with the Panthers. Before David Tepper took over, everyone sort of thought it was going to be sold. Remember, there was this Jared Richardson scandal with Sports Illustrated and all sorts of not good stuff. He made the decision to sell with some prodding a little bit, and it was up for sale truly. Like, he didn't get to pick who bought the team. It was basically done the regular way. So if that was the case with the Commanders, then it will be basically up for sale and the value will be astronomical. But yeah, I mean, look, if all the things that Dan Snyder did, allegedly, there's been some not good stuff. Not giving money to your partners,
bad business,
knowingly would be very bad.
Bad business, toxic business, can't do business. And man, it seems like it's just one thing after another over there. At some point, the Shield has to say, aren't we trying to protect the Shield? This one particular program, okay, seems to be bringing a lot of shit into us that we don't need, including the goddamn Congress. Right.
It's been a lot. I mean, it has been like nothing we've seen in quite a while, at least. It's been a lot.
But the modern world, I mean, there's so much shit all the time.
Can we watch it on C-SPAN anywhere, Ian?
No, until they have here. C-SPAN is so boring. I've tried to watch. It's like, why?
You don't like
I mean,
the way America runs, dude?
Wrestling is way more exciting. I thought that was good. Wrestling way better than C-SPAN.
Hey, you should. I know you watch all the time wrestling. I know you watch wrestling all the time.
When Macho Man lost to Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 5, I cried. So I am a wrestling fan. Hell
yeah. Let's get into C-SPAN, too. Maybe be an adult. Go ahead, Tom.
Ian, speaking of owners being pissed at other owners, Jimmy Haslam, owner of the Cleveland Browns, just came out and said the first 10 years of his tenure as an owner, he had no idea what he was doing. He's only been an owner for 10 years, so he has no idea what he's doing. But also, the owners are pissed at him for giving Deshaun Watson $230 million guaranteed. So down at the NFL owners meetings and stuff like that, where other owners like putting bees in his hotel room and slashing his tires and stuff.
That would have been really mean. I'm glad they didn't do that. Now, look, none of these owners drive themselves at these meetings, so if they slash tires, it would just be another car that would come in and like with another driver. So that wouldn't be a very good punishment. Which is how you know the meetings are ending, by the way, when all the SUVs pull up with all the drivers. Anyway,
anybody show up in one of those? Hey, do any of them have like bomb-proof cars, like these billionaires, or is it all basically the same limo type looking?
They're basically all the same. It's all just
black SUVs.
Navigators, or I guess I don't know, one of those humongous cars with drivers.
You think
anyway? So I saw the thing about Haslam saying he didn't know what he was doing. Makes sense. I get it. Being an owner is hard, and I think mostly because all you're supposed to really do is hire a great person and let them work. And I think for Haslam, just extrapolating from his own comments, like that's probably been a little difficult. Is letting them do the football stuff. And they're in a really good place as an organization now. And look, they have a very good quarterback, right? If Deshaun Watson, which we'll see what happens discipline-wise from the NFL, he is really good. Other owners are, I'm sure, not thrilled about the contract, but it is what it is. Like, the Vikings gave Kirk Cousins a fully guaranteed contract. You do what's best for your team. If other owners are upset, sorry, but, like, you do what's best for your team. And, you know, it's really up to the next guys to see whether or not this sets a precedent. Like, whichever quarterback comes up next, whether it's Derek Carr, Lamar Jackson, or whoever, or Kyler Murray, does the team say, you know what? That was fully guaranteed deal. We're going to now have to do a fully guaranteed deal. And once that happens, the precedent's set, and then we're off and running.
Kirk Cousins tried to set that precedent a couple years ago. Yeah. Nobody would follow suit. Now, maybe this entire thing starts. And I think that's why the Ravens owner was so pissed. You motherfucker. Yeah. In our one per club meeting, we clearly state we ain't doing this. All right, we are not giving guaranteed contracts, especially to the biggest position with the most money. Everybody in? Yeah, deal. And then Haslam goes, well, my team has stunk for a long time. Yeah. I will do that exactly. But it's Snyder's lying about his money, so I can do whatever I want.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, you're right. We appreciate you so much. Good luck on TV. Can't wait to talk to you again. Ladies and gentlemen, senior NFL insider, Ian Rapoport. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we got to get to a break here as this hour wraps up.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
You know what I mean? We'll be back on the other side. Chit-chatting more about last night. Got some bruises.
Oh, yeah.
Got some cuts. You know, came out undefeated at WrestleMania, aside from that one thing.
That was unsanctioned.
Drink some beers. We'll see you in 6. AJ, you look fantastic, brother. You're the best. Also, we'll go to the phones on the 5 Energy phone line, 1-833-4 McAfee. Bye.
Tremendous athlete, played a Super Bowl. Pat has had his moments in this match, without question. Can Pat McAfee find a way to do the impossible to finish the job here? And McAfee's riding Theory right into the announce table. Theory bouncing off the announce table, and McAfee's fired up. Almost hit Mr. McMahon. And Mr. McMahon is extremely upset as McAfee makes his way down to the ring. McAfee kicking the hell out of Austin Theory.
Familiar territory for Pat McAfee here at the announce desk.
What's up, partner?
Pat McAfee's beating the hell out of Austin Theory. Tim and Sally McAfee watching their kid beat the hell out of a douchebag.
Oh, my.
You remember this?
A little payback from Friday night. Get him, Pat.
Multitasking. This is impressive.
I don't think this has been done before. Calling commentary your own match at WrestleMania?
It's being done now, Michael.
I didn't even do that.
Not that good, apparently.
Get your ass. He's caught up, boy, Michael. Caught up in the moment, but
talk some sense
Pat,
into him.
I don't think this is right, Pat. Pat, think about this.
Pat, you need to do something to put a stop to this, okay? Before Mr. McMahon gets inside, oh my God.
Nobody's stopping him now.
Oh my
He's all
God.
caught up in this. Oh, Jesus.
Pat.
Oh my God.
This might be your last night in WWE.
It might be all of our last nights. This is ridiculous.
Mr. McMahon has entered the ring with eyes.
Hey, wait, what the hell's the referee doing in there? Why is there a referee in the ring?
I don't know why.
Why is there an official in the ring? Why the hell is there an official in the ring?
A setup, clear setup between Mr. McMahon and Austin Theory. Oh,
damn sore losers.
Hold on a second. Austin Theory's now out of the ring. Mr. McMahon's still in the ring,
and there's a referee in there. Can somebody explain to me what the hell's going on?
Well, we just heard
the bell rang. And McMahon with a clothesline.
Mr. McMahon.
Wait a minute. Do we got a match between McMahon and McAfee in WrestleMania?
Clearly that's what's going on, Michael.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah. Mr. McMahon's the boss. He can obviously do whatever he wants.
And Mr. McMahon is jacked. Look at him. Byron, he looks better than you.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, McAfee just got really upset.
Pat, take a count out. Get yourself the
and another clothesline.
I mean, I thought it was surreal to see Pat McAfee win here against Austin Theory. This is even more surreal.
Byron, I hope this doesn't mean you got to be my partner every Friday.
It's not a bad thing. Mr. McMahon is having fun at the expense of Pat McAfee.
And I don't understand why he's so upset at Pat. I mean, listen, Pat brought, all he said is great things about WWE.
It's clear why he's upset.
Why? Because McAfee beat his little...
Okay, Pat, I like it so.
Better, Pat.
Have fun. I respect the game.
Stone Cold Steve Austin with another WrestleMania moment. Natural. No doubt about it. Tremendous athlete. Played a Super Bowl.
Pat has had his moments in this match.
He's nuts. He's one of my best friends in the world, right? McAfee is off his rocker.
I think McAfee's about to do something nutty, Michael. Pat McAfee.
Listen to this place.
Feeling the energy. Feeling a little crazy. Feeling a little daring.
McAfee, top rope. Theory in trouble. McAfee, he went for the swanton. And Theory moved out of the way. McMahon smiling. McAfee took way too much time. In Theory looking to capitalize.
Inexperience by Pat McAfee. Cost him right there. Austin Theory looking to take advantage.
In Theory into the cover to put McAfee away. That may end the dream. No, McAfee at 2.
Damn it! The hell are we gonna do now that football's over?
This guy doesn't get it.
What are you talking about?
What?
Are you kidding me? We got fucking Morgan State, Norfolk State on right now.
Who cares about that?
Let me tell you something.
Tell
me. We found out a long time ago, okay?
Okay.
You win $50 on football?
Yeah.
Does that make you feel good?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's why I'm bummed it's over.
Guess what? That same $50, you can win on Morgan State versus Norfolk State.
It all pays the same.
What?
Connor, they're right. $50 won in college basketball is the same as $50 won in pro football.
We're back! Yes!
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. Hour 2 on this glorious. Yesterday was the coolest day of my life. Monday, March 4th, or April. Jeez, forget it. The beat's rough. Whatever. All right, it's great to be here. Can't thank everybody enough. Got some bruises, got some cuts, got some nicks, got a story I would tell for the rest of my life. AJ Hawk to my left, your right. Tone Diggs is here. At Boston Connor's here. Ty Schmidt's here. All the boys in the back. And there's a little bit of pizza that just showed up. AJ.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
You having the Dwayne the Rock Johnson cheat meal?
Yeah, you know, the cheat
week.
Yeah, I put the S in the parentheses of cheat meal when I was describing this, basically.
Nice.
And I'm not the only one. I was talking to a lot of the wrestlers in the back, and they're like, after WrestleMania, oh yeah, we all
get after
we all go. You know, not everybody. There's people that are like super fit all the time, and it's just their life and everything like that. But a lot of the people I was talking to were like, yeah, tonight's binge and tomorrow's binge is going to be epic or whatever. I'm like, oh, so I'm not the only one. Okay. Because I didn't know if I could speak openly and publicly about that with them because they're like super in shape people or whatever. I'm like, I'm probably eating at least 2-3 pizzas tomorrow with I got some lava cakes out there right now. I know that at some point there's going to be a P.F. Chang stop here. Going to be a couple sandwiches, I would have guessed. Yeah, I'm doing it. Chocolate chip cookie. Oh, I had one last night. Oh, so good.
From Subway.
How'd your wind feel? How was your cardio?
Oh, what's that, pal?
How was your cardio throughout the match? It was a long program.
There was a couple times, where I thought,
can you catch your breath at all? I always wonder. I know at times when big things are happening and guys are on the ground, writhing in pain, obviously. Does that ever give you enough time to somewhat recover if you're down there for 30 seconds?
No, you're in pain. You're trying to get your back into place.
That's what it looks like. That's what I'm saying. I'm curious. I'm asking somebody that's been in the heart of it.
Well, not nearly as much as everybody else. But yeah, there was some moments in there where I was... there was a couple moments in there where there was a lot of that. Walking out, though, and people talk about that a lot. Because I wrestled in the the Thunderdome era, where there was no fans, basically. There was like 10, 15 people. And all anybody said was like, you got to do this in front of people. Like, you got to do this in front of people. I'm like, well, there's 15 people out there. You got to do this in front of people. You have no idea. As soon as you get out there, dude, it's hard to really feel anything, like, if that makes any sense. Like, there was definitely times where I was winded. I'm like, I am so tired, but, like...
It's all adrenaline, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was insane. That was
a long walk, too. Like, that's what WrestleMania, the weird thing is, not the cool thing, your walk from what you call gorilla to the ring, looks like it's 100 yards. Like, how long is that?
So you got to think, it's roughly probably 50 yards. Because
that's the coolest part about WrestleMania is how big the stage, like how it just seems huge.
Because the ring has to go in the middle of the football field, right? Because that's where everything is based off.
Which is tiny. And how did that look in that gigantic stadium? That ring had to look so tiny.
No, bro. This is it. Well, it's been happening for so long, but Jerry World is it was so cool, dude. It was so cool. I was getting booed by that lady. Fuck that.
She's booing the cheerleader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, honestly, I thought they tried taking a little too much of the show.
You do forget that when you're watching it though, from the camera angle, and then like you go on Twitter and you see one of the videos from the top deck. It's like, holy shit, there are fucking 800,000 people in here. Like it's insane.
That first night, Saturday, I was sitting there. And, the pyro all goes off to start WrestleMania. And Michael Cole cuts a promo about WrestleMania that's about to happen. And I'm watching it all. And then I look up in the raft. There's people 2 miles away from me that look like up in the raft. And it was a very surreal. Like, it was a very surreal Saturday night. I was like taking it all in. It was my first WrestleMania I was a part of, right? I was a part of a kickoff show where I almost got fired because I was wearing tailored tuxedo shorts. Shout out to Michael Cole. But like watching it, taking it all in, and then having that thought like, oh, tomorrow I'm like in here. It was like, it was a pretty cool, it was fucking sweet, man.
Trips kicking off your night was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing him was awesome, by the way. He was very close to death, I guess, when I was here.
Really?
I didn't hear that from him. This is just from the reports that we had read and heard last week after his Stephen A's appearance or whatever. I guess there were some real moments where I didn't ask him because that's like super negative. I just told him, hey, great to see you alive. Is what every time I saw him, great to see you alive, man. You're fucking best. He gave me a little speech before I went out. Like,
He's a great guy.
Yeah, it was very cool. He's the one who brought me in NXT, and everything like that. He gave me the opportunity to fight scumbag Adam Cole, who you like, and everything like that. So that was.
I said he was a nice guy. I didn't say I like him.
What's the difference? Kind of synonymous.
Couple times. Prick. All right, let's go.
Like Austin Theory. I don't know. I don't like him. I don't know him, but I think I respect what he did in your program.
Okay.
Different.
I respect his work.
They're both terrible guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, Austin might have learned from last time. He was parading around. Remember?
Yeah, he didn't learn shit.
He was parading around.
You guys are going to be a tag team duo eventually.
Well, he's going to be future Universal Champion. I mean, Vince said that out of his mouth at WrestleMania at his event, which is the biggest of the year. Like, I bet that was an awesome moment for Austin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hearing that,
just being like, holy shit, okay.
That's his first time at WrestleMania, right?
He did one no fans, though, so that was like his first, WrestleMania thing. And Randy told us that when I was talking to him last week. Randy Orton was like, hey, this is his first, like, real WrestleMania, too, so he's going to be nervous as well, and he's, looking forward to it. A night we'll both remember forever, but we won't be friends still, he's not that immature, arrogant prick.
Right. So, I saw on the IG... And I thought he had a great program. How was Logan Paul?
Good. Hey, so he looked great.
Yeah. He performed well.
He did he's incredibly athletic.
Very much.
And he gets it. I think he kind of got it, I got to chat with him for probably 15 seconds. I think that's it.
Just that.
Yeah. We exchanged numbers. Ticket Stooge linked us on
nice.
On numbers. Shout out to SeatGeek, by the way, for that setup at AT&T Stadium last week. He linked us up, so we got to chat, and I don't know how people feel about Logan Paul. I assume he garners a lot of heat, especially last night or at WrestleMania. He was a bad guy. He played it perfectly. But I'm a big fan of what the Paul brothers have done in the business category. And I'm a big fan of Logan going and doing fucking everything. That dude boxed Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, bingo.
Okay, he boxed Floyd Mayweather. He's in there. Like, he is a game changer.
Wasn't he and his brother on Jeff Bezos' yacht like a week ago?
Yeah.
But because those motherfuckers are going to be billionaires. And people, you can think whatever you want. Logan is one of the most attractive dudes on earth, too. He's got a fucking 8-pack, and then they just have trailblazed something for, shows like ours and people like us to continue to follow. Not that they were the first people on the internet. I'm not saying that, but they're fucking close. They shut down Vine.
Yeah.
I mean, the Paul brothers shut down Vine and almost created everything else. It's nothing but respect for old Logan Paul. The Miz, though.
Turn it on.
What is that about?
He's from Ohio.
Yeah,
you're right.
Sense.
Turn on another Ohioan. What's that all about?
I don't know.
He had an awesome commercial.
Who?
The Miz.
I doubt it. It's probably terrible. What was it about?
He was like an action figure fighting Drew McIntyre. It was pretty sweet.
Did he win or no?
Yeah, he put him 10 feet into the ring.
Really?
Yeah,
Nobody does that to Drew McIntyre.
Well, the thing about
cool.
the Miz is, how about that sword, buddy?
Oh, my God.
Bro, he sliced through the top 2 ropes.
Damn near cut Madcap Moss's arm off.
Dude, he threw a chair at the fucking commentator's table on Friday night. That thing was turning north. He threw it like this, and that thing was spinning up, and I seen it. Cole did not. That was right at Cole. He didn't even move. As soon as I saw that chair fly, I literally was like, and that thing was turning up. That hit the desk so hard and went down, and Cole was like, what just happened? I'm like, Cole, you almost hit a fucking chair.
Yeah. Wake up. Is that why after the match he came over and was fucking high-fiving you guys? Or?
I don't know. Actually, I'm not 100%.
That was sweet.
It was pretty sweet.
Cole needs to raise his awareness level because on Friday night when Austin came out and did that scumbag move, knocking you down too, Cole didn't even see it coming, didn't stick up for you whatsoever.
Well, Cole also has to do with me kicking him. That thing started out as me, yeah, it's awesome. It started out as that. It has become me fucking with Cole basically the entire time while having a blast because the song's so good. T's and P's to Boogs, by the way. But
Are they gonna? Hey, is sorry to cut you off. Is Boogs gonna come out in a wheelchair like when Dave Grohl broke his leg and finished his concert?
That'd be sick.
Do you remember when he was on that throne? Right?
Oh yeah.
He was on that damn throne. Something to think about. All right, let's get to the 5 Energy phone line. 1-833-4 McAfee. I can't see in the names, and sometimes the program does that on this particular computer. So I'll just say hello to line 1. And what's your name? I apologize. It's not no disrespect. I literally can't see shit on this screen other than I can pick it up. Line 1, what's going on? The 5 Energy phone line. Oh, it just popped up. Justin, what's going on, pal?
Hey, Pat, how you doing?
Keep it moving, Justin.
Dude, I just want to say, from the time you entered that arena to the time you were laying on your back drinking beer, you fucking crushed it last night.
Oh, thank you,
Hands
Justin.
down. How does it feel to be part of one of the best WrestleManias of all time?
Wow, Justin, I appreciate that. That means a lot. Yeah, it's cool, man. I mean, I'm really hungover today, so I don't think I've gotten into the emotional hangover part yet where you're like, you know, all sentimental. That's probably coming here in like an hour or so. But yeah, man, it was awesome. I was very, very thankful for that. I mean, we went second to last, too. Think about that. I mean, that's late in the show. You know what I mean?
When did you know? Like when did you know when you were going? That changes.
That thing moved.
I figured that. I figured it changes. Like, oh, okay, hey, we're gonna throw this match here. So it changes right up to the moment.
Nah, they have to lock it in at some point. But I heard 3 to 4.
I mean, if I would imagine you have to have a large chunk of time carved out. If you know Stone Cold's coming back out, he's going to drink 700 more beers and stun a couple more people.
By the way, nobody knew that was happening.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's. I think, like nobody had a clue that was. I think whenever I walk backstage,
where does he hide though? Like,
he's there.
Do
though.
these guys hide somewhere?
No, because it's WrestleMania, so you see everybody's there. Like,
okay, what about like Chris Pontius? Was he in the back?
So I didn't see Chris Pontius in the back, but afterwards I did see him. But that's why I was surprised when I saw him pop out. I'm like, oh fuck, Chris Pontius is here. I was like so pumped about it. But when you're walking in the halls of WrestleMania, it's like literally the entire Attitude Era is there, you know. And it's if you're working. And you have to, because stadiums are long walks. Getting from point A to point B is a lot of like, oh my God, I'm a big fan. How are you doing? Like literally going out of your way to talk to people. Booker T is one dude who has been so cool to me for so long at all times. And every time I see him, he looks so fucking fresh. Does Booker T not look like the freshest dude of all time?
And he's always so fucking nice.
So nice, so nice, so nice.
Everyone's nice there.
But it is. There's a lot of this going on. Oh, very nice to meet you.
I saw Booker T on the pre-show a little. I turned it on to see earlier, and Leonard Floyd came on from the Rams, and they were going back and forth. Booker T was, he seems like a fun guy.
I've heard some stories about Booker T, like, if somebody, is doing some things that maybe everybody is kind of over. Mm-hmm. Like, I guess Booker T was one of the guys that would go up and say, hey, you're going to change this or whatever. And then if he had to fight somebody, like, it was like, yeah, Booker T would be the guy that will send in.
That's unreal.
Yeah, and like Booker T would freak athlete.
Not afraid.
Freak athlete.
If somebody's out of line or what? What do you mean?
Just like if, there's a lot of like codes back, like in the wrestling business, there's a lot of things, right?
Unwritten rules.
There's a lot of things, especially back in the day. It used to be more so. And from what I've heard from, rippled down stories that have kind of got to me or whatever, they're like, oh yeah, if somebody needs, Booker T was the guy that would go in there and be like, you gonna change.
Yeah, straighten him out.
You're not gonna act like it was. He's the fucking guy. He's always so nice. His wife obviously went into the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Undertaker.
Oh, him coming out.
Dude, he was so nice to me as well. Like, he was so nice to me. His speech with the fucking, I told him, I said, as soon as I saw this shit, I was like, okay, here we go. We're in for one. And I was like, that was great. He goes, yeah, I got lost out there, basically. He said, in the moment or whatever, I think. I was like, your speech is going to be talked about forever, dude. Like, you should know that. It was a fantasy this week.
Steiners.
Man.
Yeah. They were sweet.
I saw Scott Steiner, and he stopped his golf cart or whatever, and I was like, sir, very nice to meet you or whatever. And we had the Hall of Fame kickoff show. I almost said, noted mathematist Scott Steiner goes into that, because he has a promo that's on the internet where it's, it's a triple threat match, so technically there's a 33.3% chance, but I'm a genetic freak, so you add 10% to that, so I'm like 43%, and he does this whole promo, and it's like one of the most famous promos of all time, because everybody else that's standing there next to him has no idea what's going on, and then he kind of just walks out. It's like a magical moment. First time meeting him, he's still
yoked up.
That arena barking for him.
Oh, it was awesome.
Oh, come
That
on.
had me going.
Oh, Rick and Scott style. You didn't see them probably, huh? You were too young for the Steiner brothers.
Yeah.
They were fucking hilarious and
Oh,
awesome. They just fucking.
See, I remember him as Big Papa Pump because it was a little later in his career. That's like, I'm that age where I remember him as that.
Yeah, and then he used to wear that chain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the chainmail.
Yeah. What was it, Big Voodoo Daddy? No, what do you call himself? Whatever.
Booty.
What?
He was a big booty guy.
He's a mathematician as well. That's what That's what like WrestleMania is, though. All the like legends of the past. There was like we were walking through, and I saw like JBL, Booker, Kurt Angle. It was like literally as I was walking by. Then there was like Trish Stratus, Lita, like the entire crew. It was like, hi, very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. How's it going? And then there's like wrestlers who are on the roster that maybe haven't like either made their debut or waiting for their debut. It's like, oh my God, good to see you again. How you doing? Like that is literally what you do the entire time while you're walking like 200 yards because everybody's so fucking cool. And I'm like, I got to go commentate a match here, but I mean, am I not going to say hello to this person right now? Like, I feel like I have to. And if I don't say hello, I think I'm a bad guy. But this particular WrestleMania, everybody knew who I was, which was fucking really cool. You know, like, and I asked like almost everybody for some advice before my match too, because I think that's just a smart thing to do. But like Edge, Triple H, Taker, I mean,
Maria Menounos.
It was good to see her. Her and I did watch along, I think, a couple
of
years
I
ago.
forgot about that.
Yeah, I think we did that. But I asked everybody for like advice, and everybody was very open with all their advice, which I'm very thankful. Coach Drew Gulak.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
You know, who got me prepared for Adam Cole, which nobody was supposed to know because he was kind of an Adam Cole guy, but he flew up here and he taught me a bit. Rip Rogers made it on WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Rip. I was like really
What
excited.
kind of advice did you get?
Breathing, you know, like the whole breathing thing. There was a couple things that was going to happen in the match that I was like not necessarily comfortable with doing. Like, I don't know if I had enough confidence to like. I don't think I can pull that off. Kofi Kingston was very nice for this time. Xavier Woods, Riddle, the Usos. Like, I'm going through my head right now of all the people that I was like asking, like, hey, is there anything I should think about in this particular point? And everybody was just so open with and I was a lot of it helped immensely. You know what I mean? Like, that was a very cool thing.
It's got to, it has to be, just talking to those guys right before has to be awesome. But Matt Riddle, credit to that dude, too. I remember Matt Riddle as an MMA guy, but man, what an awesome, he's in the right spot, I feel like. He and Randy Orton together, they're fun.
Yes.
So sweet.
Listen.
That RKO was.
Both of them, yeah. Both of them were awesome. Riddle, though, hey.
He's great.
I fucking love Riddle.
He's awesome.
I knew him from NXT. We were around the same time and we chatted, but we didn't like, we were always like super positive with each other. I think, kindred spirits potentially in a lot of different ways. And yesterday I got a chance to really hang out with him. Yeah. He is fucking electrifying.
His facial expressions were so funny for that whole entire.
If he wants to get into this business too, he could just like that. His hair. Yeah. Riddle's the best, dude. All right, let's go to the phones. Austin Theory, terrible guy.
The worst. Stack of shit.
Terrible guy. Very, incredibly attractive.
Very much so.
Absolute bum.
Very athletic.
Where's he from?
Oh, A-Town, Atlanta.
Wow.
A-Town Dahn, he does the whole thing. Wow. What's that?
I mean, Mitt was going to make a TikTok about it last week.
No, you don't want to be on the wrong side of a Mitt TikTok.
Not at all.
Oh, my God.
Apparently, him saying that he's from Atlanta, I guess he's from a suburb, like way outside of Atlanta, and Mitt wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, but it's Atlanta. Listen, man, I thank you for putting on for the greater Atlanta area. But I believe I saw, AJ Styles was there. He's a big Georgia Bulldog fan. He's a Georgia guy. I believe I saw that Austin Theory and AJ chatting, so I think there is
I got a question for you.
Yeah, buddy.
How was that Broken Skull American Lager? Because I went out to try and find some afterwards, and it was sold out.
It was
everywhere.
delicious. Yeah, it was delicious. It was very good tasting. Yeah.
It looked delicious.
Vince liked it too.
Yeah, well, Vince had a couple of good sips.
He did.
Liked it.
And he actually pointed at Steve. Yeah. I enjoyed that. Yeah. Excuse me. I've seen this done before. It tasted very, very good. Believe it or not, I didn't get a lot in my mouth when I was out there in the ring.
Yeah, sure.
But when I was laying next to the table after, just getting my head brutally bounced. Yeah, I was drinking that one. I was trying to drink that one as much as I possibly could, yeah. Look, he went through 40 beers on Saturday night.
Oh. Yeah. Who is throwing them? Are there multiple people throwing?
All right, so Nick, I don't know if he's the same guy that's throwing for a long. I think he's the same guy. This dude's super good guy. He's part of the building all the sets. Like he's the guy. And that crew that gets in there, recanvases the ring during a commercial break, builds everything up during the day and they're in there, they're out of there picking everything up, moving it to another city, building it. It's the same crew, like there's like a similar crew of like 10 people, I think, and then they hire locally for everything else, and they're on the road. Good dudes, man. Hey, those are
has to be. I cannot imagine the production value that they have. Like it's unbelievable. But I just wonder if do you know Stone Cold's coming out because the dude comes with a train of Yetis because he has to have 900 beers on tap?
Funny you say that, actually, because on Saturday, as I was walking out because we were done commentating and the KO show was about to happen, a massive cooler came by.
It's like this big.
It was huge cooler. They were kind of wheeling it in. I was like, how many beers are in there? They were like 3 cases. I was like, is that going to be enough? They were like, we hope. And then one guy was like, you want one? I was like, no, I don't want you guys to be 1 beer short or whatever. I'll go back there. I was like, thank you. We walked by. He might have went through that, though.
Night one for sure.
So many beers.
Let's go to the phones. 5 Energy Phone Line. Let's go to Bryson, Louisiana. What's going on down the bayou, Donner?
Not much, Pat. Boys, how are we doing? How is it being a WrestleMania fucking W? How did that feel?
Thank you, Bryce. It felt good. I don't know how else to describe it. Thank you for the call, Bryce. Thank you for the nice words. It seemed like you were delivering them in a very positive fashion. Feels like you were on my side. I appreciate that. Unlike this fucking guy.
It's despicable.
This guy always. You. I'm talking about you, AJ.
Absolute worst.
Come on now. I'm actually pumping you up more because, as they say in the biz, I'm putting over your opponents. I'm saying how great your opponents are.
Fucking good guy.
As they say.
I mean, have a little. Come on, you don't understand the game. Obviously, I'll teach you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. And you did what? Didn't he say?
Shoot.
Hey, for shoot, you have been saying for a long time. Yeah. Vince gonna pop you in the head. Vince gonna pop you in the head. You kept saying that. He threw me halfway across the ring into the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
Think of the power of that guy. I mean, it was like he shot put in me, like that big cowboy that represents America in that with that red hair.
Of course, he's competing against himself.
Yeah, he's only Vince had this. He's on that pit shark lifting 1,000.
Yeah.
When he threw me in that turnbuckle, the explosion coming out of those hips. I mean, he fucking he did exactly what you're gonna say. Like, hey, watch it for the old man. He's gonna go. He's gonna get you.
Yeah, like I said. Also, old buddy Austin Theory, when he took the old stunner. That one really affected him. I was impressed.
Yeah, what a sell.
I'm telling you, you don't know what it's like until your face is just eating
I believe
that shoulder.
It.
A lot of power, a lot of force.
You as well. You were great.
No. I was watching Austin on the sideline or on the commentary table, and when he got stunned, I seen his body over the top rope from looking outside.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy hell, that dude fucking flew right there.
I was worried you were dead.
Yeah, well,
I really was. I was like, oh, his brain just shut off.
So I was unconscious, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't knock all your teeth out, too.
Well, not the teeth, also an issue, but like, I could have choked on that beer that was in my mouth.
True.
Absolutely.
So like, I'm very, very thankful that my body just naturally was like, get out, we're out. Don't.
You should wear a mouthpiece next time.
Down the wrong pipe.
Well, no, I ain't down the wrong pipe. What if I fucking drowned? And listen. Probably. I mean, we're going to learn as we go here. You know what I mean? Maybe your mouthpiece, maybe put some pads on. You know what I mean?
While that bruise is still there, you should go to a tattoo shop and just get that bruise tattooed on.
Hey, like people
Mania.
get signatures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my Mania bruise.
Bro, when I went to hit him with that shoulder, I did not think about, there's a rope there that is tied. I got slingshotted off of that thing. Did not expect that.
I mean, those ropes, unless you've been in one of these rings, like you just assume, like, oh, yeah, you just fucking bounce right off these things. Like, they are hard as shit.
Hard.
So much tension.
I was talking to I forget which OG it was, some OG, and they were like, I'm seeing Edge like in the best shape of his life. I'm seeing people get back into good shape, and everybody misses it and loves what they're doing. And he said, I went to a ring and I ran the ropes or whatever. It felt good in the time. I woke up, I had 3 bruises on my back. My ribs were like running the ropes just hurts like a month, let alone
ropes almost killed Bobby Lashley yesterday.
Jesus.
Dive?
No, he got thrown in the corner and then his head snapped back and almost hit off of.
It did.
It did, yeah.
Not the turnbuckle, behind the turnbuckle,
like the ring
post. I didn't see it. I was in transition.
Where Johnny Knoxville's fireworks came out of. His head hit off. It was
really.
Yeah, bad news.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley.
He won though.
I seen him.
Ridiculous.
He fought that big dude, that giant.
Omos.
That dude bounced off the ropes one time, and I thought the whole ring was coming down. He was so big.
Dude, most people that are that tall are super skinny. He's dense.
Oh, yeah. I met him down there. Was he down there when you were going?
Looks like
I met him.
Built like a Big Show.
Gigantic.
He's gigantic. I think he's a basketball player, very athletic, very. But he's gonna be.
Like it.
If you're 7 foot, whatever he is,
400. He's built at 400 pounds.
Yeah, he has. I mean that. But he's like thick.
Yeah.
He's not like awkwardly built. He's like proportionately built for how big he is.
For sure, the biggest guy I've ever seen in my life.
Ever.
1,000%.
Real life, biggest human. Just the whole.
His hands.
He's so nice.
Gumpy was saying he'll be Universal Champ in probably a year, maybe 2.
Yeah, I think he's a rocket ship.
Yeah, for sure.
You're not just that big, that athletic, and just in that business. I don't think. I'm a fan. I don't know shit, but it feels like that's probably a rocket ship that is on the way up. If we had to guess.
Yeah.
I saw him doing his hair and his beard in the bathroom before he went out there. I was like, "You look good, man." He's like, "You know." He's a cool guy, man. Like really cool. Terrible, and he's an asshole. Obviously, has to be an asshole to get to the top. I mean, that's what you got to do. That's why AJ here is on top of the world.
That's right. Absolute prick.
Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Mike in Denver. What's going on, Mike?
How you doing?
Keep moving.
That was a good start.
Boys. That was an electric performance last night by you, Pat. Star of the program for sure.
No,
I'm just wondering. This isn't my question, but do you get some kind of performance bonus for that beer fountain?
Yeah, Dana does that.
Yeah,
performance of the night, best stunner of the night, Austin Theory. So the business of that match had to be handled. Like when Vince offered me the match. If you listen back to that interview. At one point, I say, we're going to have to figure out the business of that. But yes, I will definitely do that. And that was a cool convo. That was a very cool. The business was a fun part. I enjoy business, though. Like, I enjoy the whole.
It's like combat pay for troops. It's kind of like what you're getting there. You get a commentary thing. I'm not equating this to being a soldier, but I'm saying they get combat pay if they go out and they fight.
You do a tour, you get a boost. Obviously, incentive based. If we go to war, you get more money.
Yeah,
there you go.
Performance. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could have.
Yeah, plenty. There's a business very similar that does it.
The NFL, maybe? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, the UFC.
Well, the UFC, the NFL. I mean, there's a lot. But
hey, good. I'm glad I bring a different perspective to you guys.
Hey, we support the troops around here, too. Did not want anybody to think it's anything like that. All right. Let's go to the phones again on 5 Energy phone line. No, I want to talk about something. DK Metcalf's on the move, huh?
Feels like it, yeah. The Jets with the 10th pick is what everyone seems to be looking to.
And Zach Wilson, we think he is a guy or we don't think he's a guy, AJ? What do you think? You think he's going to be a guy?
If I had to pick right now, I'd say he is going to be a guy.
Me too. It feels like they're acting like he's a guy too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the coaching staff, the front office, it feels like New York is acting like, hey, this is going to be a guy. We don't know. I mean, Jets stink. Yeah. So there's really, it's a tough conversation to dive into because if your team isn't good, are you ever going to be considered a good quarterback? Probably not. Like that's just kind of how it goes. So you got to hope that the entire program turns around. But it feels like they're treating Zach Wilson like he's a guy, AJ. Like, honestly, and if he gets a number one like DK or something like that, that's only going to benefit that. But they're making that move because they like Zach, if that's the case. AJ? They're not going to waste
question.
that.
Yeah. They're saying, hey, this is our guy. We drafted him. We have ultimate trust in him. We want to give him every opportunity to have success. So, yeah, why not bring in as much talent as you can? Because we know, hey, it's tough to win the league. So Zach Wilson coming in as a young kid, they need to somehow build his confidence, I think, and have like a good start to the season, the first half of the season, and then kind of ride that momentum to where people just get people to take you serious, I think. That's what it's going to take.
Who was mentioning last year that Bob Saleh was hired because of his energy and because of like how upbeat he is.
Yep.
And then as soon as he's the head coach of the Jets, it's just like,
yeah.
Man, this sucks.
Yeah. Guy lost 30 pounds during the season.
Golly, this stinks. Yeah, he's not eating again.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah.
His entire aura was why everybody loved him, why he was getting all these interviews. And then you go to a place that has just, been battled with suck for so long, and it just drains him. I'm assuming he's like, hey, we're going to do a lot to get – my life is miserable now. I hate football all of a sudden. I loved football just a year ago. We need to fucking get this thing going. I hope they do.
And if they get DK and like to guys' point, they're at least giving Zach Wilson a chance because they have DK. They drafted Elijah Moore, who was a really good rookie last year, and then they signed Corey Davis to big money last year as well. So they have weapons, and they're giving him a chance. Like when you take him at number 2 overall, the least you can do is actually give him a chance.
Yeah, and he was linked with the Jets too because him and Elijah Moore were teammates at Ole Miss. And then if Zach Wilson is a guy, the AFC East all of a sudden is ridiculous because all 4 of them are young.
Well, also, I mean, the Dolphins are once again just loading up Patriots. Why did that happen? AJ,
I have no clue.
How does that happen? Why is that? They don't care. They didn't care at all about Devontae, it seems. They don't think he's a guy? What is it?
That's what I would imagine. Like, and Devontae wanting to go there, are they just trying to do right by Devontae? Is that what we're taking? Or would you say, okay, they don't care. They'll trade you away. They're not worried.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because you're going to play him twice. And normally within the division, you don't see a lot of it. Brandon Beane talked to us about how he has done business with Bill Belichick in the past. Obviously, he's the general manager of the Bills. That's the same division. Those are the 2 titans of the AFC East. And he said, I've done business with Bill. It's always good or whatever. And I there's always, bottom half of rosters and stuff like that where in the division will happen. And teams will sign a guy who's on another team like the week they're playing them, hoping to get information out of that person. Like there's all those games being played. But them just trading Devontae Parker within the division, knowing that the Patriots need weapons too. Like they got 2 great tight ends, right? You still got 2 tight ends. Now they got the running back, and Mac Jones coming into another year. That just doesn't feel like an intelligent move. Gumpy, why'd that happen? It feels like, do you guys just want to get rid of Devontae? Is that what was going on?
He's only ever been healthy for 1 full year. That's the only issue with him. He is unbelievable when he's healthy. The 1 year when Fitzpatrick was playing, he had like 1,800 yards and 9 touchdowns. But other than that, he just hasn't been able to stay on the field.
And also that season that Gumpy's talking about, there's a bunch of clips going around when Stephon Gilmore won the Defensive Player of the Year. Devontae Parker had like 8 catches, 190 yards.
He'll go up and get a ball.
I'm seeing him like posterize people, right? Like that's his thing. He'll go up over top of people.
Fitzy would just fucking toss it up to him.
Yeah, he has the most contested catches since like 2019. And also now with adding Devontae, it makes a lot more sense with Bill not having a fullback on the roster because they're just going to spread it out and let him absolutely spin the pigs.
We don't have coordinators. I don't like titles. That's what Bill Belichick said. I don't like titles because then I got to pay people accordingly. Everybody's a fucking GA. Yeah. All right, everybody's an assistant around here.
Gives him green balls. He doesn't have to give him a title. Just give him
he's gonna have to make sure those green balls are being checked by the books, especially after what's going on with the Commanders. That's wild. They were lying to the rest of the NFL about their revenue. How's that even make sense? Because you would think the NFL, the other owners, would know how much money they're making by their ticket sales. Is that the 2 different books they were keeping for the other NFL owners they were trying to fuck over? Or are they talking like full IRS stuff? Like, I don't think I fully understand what's going on.
Yeah, I don't understand it at all, but I would imagine if you're keeping 2 different books or you're trying to hide revenue from the rest of the league so you don't have to share it, then you're also hiding it from the IRS, correct?
I don't know. Like, maybe that's the 2
without
different
hiding
books
it from the league. Like, how does that work?
Maybe they have the real book for the government. Like, hey, we have to pay our taxes. We're in this. We have to do it here. But for the NFL, we didn't fucking make 45% of the money we made for the rest of the NFL. What? Why? Oh, they're going to get a piece of our marketing, our deal. What? You think the Detroit Lions deserve a little bit of our money out there? Is that what they're thinking? That'll get your ass run out of a business real quick if you're not paying the people.
Well, like you said, too, like the NFL didn't notice that 40% of the ticket revenue that they're expecting from the Commanders wasn't coming in. Like, I don't understand that part. You'd think like there's no way this would be able to happen for an entire season. Like they'd figure it out and be like, hey, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, but maybe they're pitching a story like all these exposés are killing our ticketing, or like, you know, and
Yeah.
the other NFL is like, they're struggling over there in Washington. Yeah.
Supposedly, the NFL and the NFLPA audit this every year, so it would be very difficult to hide.
No, but if you're running two books.
But yeah, if you're clever enough at it, I'm sure there's a way.
Yeah.
If you're ballsy enough to try to rip off the other owners, yeah.
Yeah, your business partners.
They can take this extra cash and maybe fix the poop pipes.
Well, I think that's what leads you to the next thing is like they're ripping off their business partners that they made billions of dollars. They wouldn't rip off their fans, right?
No, of course not.
No.
Turns out.
Of course not. They wouldn't do that, right? That's not something that an owner who would be hiding money from his business partners would do.
So this falls on, but does this fall on Dan Snyder's wife because she took over day-to-day operations?
Oh, she is the one per club meeting attendee this year. Ooh.
Or was this happening before she did that?
It seemed like it was, Dan Snyder's name was exclusively linked to this. There wasn't a whole lot of mention of his wife in it.
Well, I think that's kind of become the thing, right? Mm-hmm. That Dan Snyder, bad guy, 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 bad guy. And it's like, oh, Dan's out now. His wife doing it.
Yeah, true.
So, well, thank you for saving our organization, our program. With that being said, you guys need to get the fuck out of our town. Like, that's crazy to me.
Does anybody stand up for Dan Snyder? Like, is there anyone that defends him?
I think there's an insider or two. You'll watch the way they paint a tweet versus how everybody else paints a tweet. That's how I try to pay attention. I'm like, oh, this person's getting their info directly from this person.
I'll pay attention now.
Yes, I think you should, yeah. All right, we'll be back in 4 minutes. We're in some more phone calls, chit-chat about everything going on. When's the national championship?
Tonight.
9:20 tonight.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Probably not going to see it.
Yeah, the WrestleMania or the Raw after WrestleMania is
massive.
Yeah.
If any of the people that I saw last night are performing tonight, fucking raise the respect level.
Yep. Where is it? Where's Raw?
Dallas, I think.
Oh, cool.
I'm not sure. Is it?
I think
Yeah, it is.
Because it's SmackDown, Hall of Fame, NXT, WrestleMania Saturday, WrestleMania Sunday, then Raw after WrestleMania.
That is so much money to those local economies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Jeez.
it's not just WWE. Every other wrestling program and promotion.
Oh, yeah.
They have all their events same weekend, same city in the convention center or in other venues around town. Yeah, when WrestleMania comes to a city, it captivates the entire city. It is awesome to be a part of.
Test Tube Baby and Bill Ding do a match over the weekend.
So Office Championship Wrestling did not have a...
God damn.
Something to think about for next year.
OCW needs to... Oh, LA, we're not going on.
Yeah, there you go.
So much poop.
Yeah, maybe we have a poop from the street match.
Oh.
All right, we're back in 4. See you then.
Same mistake Pat McAfee made earlier. Theory is stunned on the second rope. What does McAfee do here? Whatever it takes. Apparently at this juncture, Pat McAfee now on the middle rope with Austin Theory. Now McAfee on the top rope. That has been so impressive. All the way to the top rope. Pat, you better be sure about this. Go for it all. You better be sure, Pat. Go for it all. Theory looking to counter. Theory, a couple jabs there to the abdomen of McAfee. Lands on his feet. Wow. Theory can't believe it. He said, what the hell? I can't believe it. Austin Theory not sure what to do. Holy moly. Look at the agility. He just leaped to the top rope. You gotta be kidding me. That was sick. For the brand. And so is this. Superplex by Pat McAfee. Come on, Pat. Cover him. Cover him, Pat. Yes. For the win. For the win. Theory kicked down. Damn it. I believed in that moment, Michael. I believed in that moment that Pat McAfee was going to earn a victory over Austin Theory. But look at the athleticism of McAfee here. He leaps to the top rope, then he delivers a superplex. I mean, I knew Pat could move him. My God. Again, Byron, this is WrestleMania. This isn't his ring in his studio in Indianapolis, goofing around with McAfee's boys. Stop in a mud hole, Mr. McMahon. You had to use that, didn't you? I know. Is it? What a moment. Can you imagine? McAfee for his boys, for the brand. Now the celebration is on. Pat McAfee and Stone Cold Steve Austin. McAfee's wanted to drink beer with Stone Cold forever. A dream scenario. Pat McAfee wins his match at WrestleMania and shares a beer with the tech. Oh no! Stunner! 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 Austin stuns McAfee! I hate to say it, but DTA, Pat, don't trust anybody. Especially the dirtiest son of a bitch to ever play the game. Austin 316 says, I just stunned Pat McAfee. This Pat can enjoy his victory when he wakes up. The celebration belongs now to the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay, Pat, let's get up to better, Pat. Have punches? I'll respect the game. Stone Cold Steve Austin with another WrestleMania moment.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here on this glorious, wow, yesterday was cool, Monday, April 4th, 2022. Today's show is presented by Cash App.
Ooh.
Cash App is the easiest way to send, spend, and save your money. It's the best finance app in the world, and we appreciate their help with all of our giveaways. Ain't that right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. You can buy pieces of any stock or Bitcoin with as little as $1 on there.
Okay.
If you aren't on Cash App yet, use code McAfee for $15 as soon as you sign up. That's MCAFEE for a free $15, and then you'll be living your best Cash App life. Terms do apply. I think we'll do a big giveaway tomorrow.
Okay.
Just as a thank you to everybody. As I was watching that clip, and I haven't seen, like, other than me pouring beer in my mouth and the stunner, I haven't really watched it back. So I haven't heard Michael Cole's commentary. I love that man. I can't wait to listen to that, and I appreciate him. But the fans that were in that stadium, like, thank you. You know, they were. I mean, it felt like they were like, hey, this is, let's do this for this. Like, let's give Pat a moment. Like, I'm very, very thankful for the WWE Universe yesterday in there. They were so loud, man.
Yeah. During the match, like the,
it was stupid. It was so stupid.
Breaking out.
By the way, shout out to, the White Stripes. And I was going to say Jack directly, but I think it's him and I think there's only two people in there.
Yeah.
But shout out to them. Shout out to them for letting me use that. I know that's not a normal thing. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to AJ Hawk joining us live from his attic in Ohio. AJ, let's run through some other big news that Connor put on this screen or on this piece of paper. League executives believe DK Metcalf can be had. We already talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us being a sports show. Jalen Hurts is trying to recruit AJ Brown to Philly.
Yep.
That's happening right now. AJ Brown from
Tennessee, yeah, the Titans.
Why would he be gone?
Yeah, he's been similar to some of the players that have kind of been moved around. He's been tweeting stuff that makes it seem like he is.
This is on Instagram here, obviously?
Yeah, these are, yes. And then there was a story about Jalen Hurts trying to recruit him to Bama, and obviously he ended up going to Ole Miss, but they stayed friends, and they're, like, close.
Really? I thought A.J. Brown was a massive piece of the whole puzzle down there in Tennessee.
He is huge. Very much so.
And he wants out. Is this the everybody wants money that wants a new deal type situation we're in right now?
Yeah, because he also is in the last year of his rookie deal, and he doesn't have a fifth-year option, just like DK Metcalf and McLaurin and Debo and all them.
So they're saying, hey, you guys if you're not going to give me an extendo, send me somewhere that will, and let me get off these books. AJ, how do you feel about that? And what do you think Vrabes feels about this?
I don't know. I mean, if you're not willing to sign him to an extension, then I guess you would want to get something out of him, wouldn't you, if you're going to trade him away?
I think that's kind of
But you want to have him for another year, though, too. That's another thing. Like,
Yeah, that's the pitch I think agents of mad players are trying to get. Like, hey, you're not going to you get a 4th rounder, 3rd rounder from this guy. You're not going to get anything in a year. You're going to have to pay him. He'll be happy. You'll be happy. That's the pitch they're saying, right? I mean, I guess. But the team's like, yeah, our team's better with fucking A.J. Brown on the football field, though. So I don't understand completely.
With the Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams deal, I think both of those deals, like these guys are going to warrant $30 million a year now because of that. Like with the salary cap going up even more next year, like they're going to be asking for a lot of money.
Hey, that's awesome that there's no – you are whatever they will pay you.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody will pay you $230 million guaranteed, you should be proud of that and keep it moving. And if you're somebody in that position who maybe you know your team's not going to do that, but you look around and you're like, oh, they're desperate. Those people would do it. Yeah. I guess it's hard not to start looking like that. AJ at every single position, other than punter, obviously. No punters. I'm going to go over here. They're going to pay me. Well, probably not.
And a lot of these guys, too, like, I mean, not that it's all about the money, but they're going from situations where it's like, oh, you'd think he would want to sit. I mean, both
Tennessee, number 1 seed in the AFC.
Exactly. And then Devontae and Tyreek Hill, like both of those guys are going to arguably worse teams like you, but that's just not the case anymore.
Gumpy's head just popped up. What was that all about, pal?
What do you mean worse?
Well, I mean, Chiefs pretty solid.
Ooh.
Finns haven't gone to the playoffs in a long time.
Times are changing, my friend.
No, you guys just sent a guy up to New England again.
They better win a lot of games in Miami this year.
Devontae better have a terrible year.
Hey, we're used to stinking. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
But you have a lot of hope now.
This is the Browns.
Kind of hope.
This is like the Browns, AJ.
Yeah, Super Bowl. Remember a couple years ago, they're winning the Super Bowl.
Last offseason.
Yeah.
They're going to the Super Bowl this past season. They're going to the Super Bowl, and then they did not make playoffs.
Pressure's on, Paul.
The pressure is on, Paul, down in Miami.
Nah, we're good. We'll be fine.
Also,
Big Mike's at the helm.
Pressure is on, he's on, welcome to Miami, where they send us.
How's he doing?
New England.
He's resigned, dude.
Well, he quit
He's getting buried.
the academy.
Yeah.
So he voted for himself to win that? I don't understand.
Probably sounds like something he would do.
Is it like the guild or something?
That was interesting when I saw that as well.
They're like, he has retired from the academy. And now all anybody says is like, I'd like to thank the academy.
Mm-hmm.
So Will Smith is a part of the academy, and he won the biggest.
Gave himself the best.
This one.
Yeah, the best possible trophy. And
And
then,
also, by the way, one of the people voting on all this also walks up on the stage as my show, smacks guy in the mouth.
Yeah.
Now a couple projects are getting pulled from him from Netflix and Apple TV. Yep.
Oh, from the other academies?
No, like stuff they were going to do on Will Smith. I think
Biopics on his life.
Yeah, there it is.
And they said
Time heals. Time heals all.
They pulled them.
Sure.
Yeah, this will be like that that period when Chike, was that his name? Who did the Kanye thing?
Cootie and
Chike. This will be the period in the documentary just got better.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll delay this thing 4 or 5 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I guess they're not giving their story until they do a red table talk.
That's right.
Oh, she made that stipulation.
Really?
Well, I think,
Yeah.
I do believe she did.
did,
Is what I was told. But also business-wise, they own it all. If they're going to talk about the situation, they get to own it all. But also, like, that's a bad scene over there, dude.
Tough.
That is a bad scene. All parties, not.
He'll make it back. I mean, he'll eventually make it back. If he would have walked up there and slapped Beyonce or Lizzo, he wouldn't make it back from that. But Chris Rock, I think they'll let him back in.
Lizzo's
Two
got
very interesting.
Lizzo's got a new show out on Amazon.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Sweet.
saying. I saw a preview of her doing a show.
And that's why you just brought her up.
Right.
I was saying any other people that would be at the Academy Awards possibly. I was thinking Grammys. But they would still be
That's her
there.
last
I mean, Lizzo came out of nowhere there, kind of came out of left field. She was showing her cheeks at that Lakers game, right?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Like Pontius.
Yeah.
Asked his chaps.
That was the last time I seen her, right? That was the
Well,
last
yeah,
time we
because
saw
some
her.
guy was like, hey, my fucking 5-year-old's right here, okay? Put your goddamn butt cheeks away. And she kind of toned it down thereafter.
Yeah.
That was the fall of the Lakers.
She has a show coming out as well.
Yeah, what's it called? Sweet or something?
Cheeks.
Cheeks?
Is it really?
Same time, Zito and Diggs. That's good YouTube brains. Hey, good for you guys.
Good voice.
Let's go to the phones. Tyler in Buffalo, New York. Tyler, thank you for paying for the new stadium for the Bills. We appreciate you doing that.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be glorious. How you doing, pal?
Hey, what's good, fellas? What's good, fellas? How you doing?
Hey, keep it moving.
Oh, I'm kind of trying to take that Diggs approach. Going to drive by it every day. Be proud that I own it.
There you go. Yeah.
One day at a time.
He did it
Try
for
and swallow
Heinz.
it.
Heinz, you say, "Oh, a piece of me."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's what Tyler was saying. He was actually giving you.
Yeah,
a
we're doing it for Highmark, I think now. I don't know. New era. Who knows anymore? We got Highmark Stadium. I don't even know what Highmark is.
Well, listen, there's the Sears and Willis Tower. I mean, this is just the world that we're in.
Highmark's Health Insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Insurance.
Zito just dropped into my ear there while you were talking there, Tyler, so I apologize. I didn't hear exactly what you were saying. What is the name of the show that Lizzo has?
I believe by what I searched, watch out for the big girls.
Okay, I don't know how many
Double
R's.
R, yeah.
There is two R's.
No you.
Okay.
Or I.
Watch out for the big girls. Can't wait to watch that. Shout out to Lizzo. Shout out to AJ with the Lizzo shout out. I mean, that came out of way left field.
Really? We
yeah.
talk about her and Bill Gates all the time on here.
No, we don't. Okay. Way to go. Way to go.
Check it off the list.
This guy's having his WrestleMania moment.
He is. Take it in. Take it in.
Super Bowl, dude. You should be proud of yourself. Anybody else you want to drop in there?
No, that's it right now.
Hey, man, Epstein was with it, bro.
What other female should I have said that Will Smith wouldn't have come back from if he would have assaulted them?
Literally any actor.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman,
Meryl
Streep.
There you go.
Thank you.
Meryl Streep, Rosie O'Donnell, any of them. Boom.
Oh, don't get me started.
He get their own.
There you go.
He might have gotten away with Rosie, to be honest.
Probably would have got a standing O.
No. We ain't talking about that. But I do enjoy the fact that your brain. I would like to know what the picture of Rosie O'Donnell showed up in his brain before he said it.
A League of Their Own. A League of Their Own.
Okay. When you were walking down the ramp last night, I for some reason when you mentioned WrestleMania moment, I said, "Can you imagine?" Like I giggled to myself when I was watching. I was like, "Can you imagine like D-Butt and Nick and AJ walking down this ramp with Pat?"
It happened at NXT. I wish it would have happened. D-Butt, by the way, thanks for all the love on the internet, man. He's a good guy. Good guy. What a wild night. All right, sorry about it, Tyler. Go ahead. Anybody else you would like to get in here on this April 4th?
Now maybe Tyler has a few suggestions.
Tyler who?
I don't know. Is Tyler on the phone?
Good call back.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Go ahead, Tyler. Tyler, we don't need any other, toxic humans to be dropped in here. But what do you think about the Bills? You like the new stadium? You like the idea? What they're in town for? What another 30 years at least, right? Mm-hmm. That's good news.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to know we keep them. I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow, but at least the NFL got a little bit of money out of them too to help build it. So I mean, team effort.
Hey, the thing that's
hopefully the
Tyler,
Super Bowl
thanks for
pays
dude.
for
It was
itself.
good chat. Thanks for not getting too toxic there. They're not getting a Super Bowl.
No
way. Can't.
No.
I think they might.
No.
In February, there's no way.
It's not a dome.
No. Open air.
I mean, they took the chance in New York, though. They just got lucky that they didn't have terrible cold weather when they were there.
Indianapolis also, I mean, granted, you could shut
They
the roof
did
at
have a
any
New York
moment, but
Super
like the weather was incredible. What'd you say?
Remember when they had the
I
New York
forgot.
Super Bowl? They
I
were
was
talking
there.
about
I
moving
went
it
to
a
it,
week
but
later.
I forgot all about it.
Oh yeah, and everybody's in Times Square, but the stadium's 45
It was
minutes
actually
away.
pretty nice out there.
Yeah, the weather was beautiful.
Didn't Denver and Seattle they were playing when Peyton got killed?
That was New York.
Yeah,
That was New York,
New
yeah.
York. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
First snap over his head, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Safety
Because of the weather.
Let's go. It's so cold.
plus 20,000.
It's like 50.
But in New York in February, it could have been.
plus 20,000?
First score safety plus 20,000.
Yeah, the books were dead after the first play of the game. Like, there was no way they could come back.
Oh yes! Congrats to us. What are we betting on tonight? Who do we like? This show's wrapping up.
Yeah, I'm going Kansas.
Come on.
Okay. Okay.
All right, the show shall end in the same way it started, terribly. Okay. AJ, anything to say to the wonderful listeners on Sirius XM Channel 82 Mad Dog Sports Radio before Chris Mad Dog Russo takes the helm here?
I don't have a whole lot to say to them. Obviously, we know they know how much we appreciate him. But you, man, it was awesome for real, for shoot. I thought it was amazing. I was blown away at NXT when I got to see it in person. Didn't know what to expect last night. I'm happy for you, proud for you. I think you should soak it up. I know it's tough for you to take any kind of compliments, but it was awesome, and I think it was just it was sweet. You killed it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And maybe I am hitting this sentimental era of the hangover here.
There you go.
The body hurts. The hangover's real right now. But all the kind things are overwhelming that are being said about me, and I can't thank you all enough. We'll have a big giveaway tomorrow. Let me settle into what we should give away. I feel like we should give away something like a Bitcoin or something like that.
Sure. Whoa. Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's not a bit either. I'm talking
No.
like shoot.
Full
Bitcoin.
coin.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, I appreciate your love all weekend. You too. Thank you for making everything happen behind the scenes, everybody back there. To everybody that's watching, you're the best. You're the reason why I get to do these incredibly cool things, and I'll never, ever forget it. See you tomorrow.
Nice. Got it in there. Crushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, WPM was high right there.
And AJ's always bitching, you know.
Oh, you only give me 7 seconds.
Yeah, fucking guy.
I got 2 paragraphs in right there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You just got to turn that level to twist a little bit. You know what I mean? Turn it up a little
Because you know that when you know the time, when you know how much time you have left, it makes it a little easier.
Well, you have that state-of-the-art attic with the air sucker because you start fires over there.
Gallon of
I'm going
piss
to pull up
bottle.
the atomic clock here from now on and have it on my screen.
Well, no, you just get you can just put one.
Yeah, you can use
I
your
have
phone.
one, but I'm saying I got to time it up exactly with you, like on the second.
Go to Big Ben, dude. Just time up with Big Ben. Ours timed up with Big Ben. in
Wake
England.
up.
Yeah.
Is that the official clock?
Yeah, has to be.
No, I thought it was a clock in that mountain.
No. You mean the Geneva Convention?
The one Bezos put in that
No,
mountain?
yeah, the one Bezos put in that mountain. I thought that was the official
Greenwich,
clock.
sorry, Greenwich Mean Age.
NATO. It's NATO, right?
Greenwich Mean Age time.
What?
My neck's starting to hurt.
Yeah, ice
Oh, no.
bath.
Get it.
T2 or
Put it on. What is it, Ty? What did he hurt?
T1, T2. Worried about it last night again.
Oh, it's all starting to hurt right now. Oh, okay, we're in that nice little. We're in a nice little area there, the brain, the mind, you know, everything's great, everything's cool, hungover, you know, and then now it's all just kind of wearing off, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Where's that Toradol, dude? You think they just hand those out somewhere? Can I go to like CVS and go, I need a shot of Toradol right
Probably.
Call Jim Irsay.
Does WWE have like a training room, like an NFL training
now?
room?
Oh, yeah. They have a medical staff. It's awesome.
Like you walk in and get a Toradol?
There's a dude named, I don't know if that's how it works. I have not. I actually told them I'm going to try to stay out of here as much as possible, you know, because I just, great people over there, though. Larry, my guy Larry, he's West Virginia grad. He's been around a long time. Had a couple drinks with him last night.
Wow.
Right. He's a super executive, you know. He's been there so long, he's moved up.
Nice.
But he wears a polo. He doesn't wear a suit. But I was introduced to him as he's an executive of blah blah blah. And so I said, "What's up, suit?" or whatever. He goes, "Oh," like his immediate reaction was like not happy. So, but he went to West Virginia. He's incredibly. Everybody over there is so cool.
Yeah.
But Larry's been really nice to me.
Dude, they're all awesome.
He's been very, very nice to me. And we got to drink a little bit last night together. Why?
What?
Man, Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark's good.
Yeah.
It tasted
Smooth.
delicious.
I went through for a tour through their distillery. It's great.
So I tried to learn a little bit about this while I was pretty boozed up. So I guess Bourbon County,
Correct.
if it comes from there, it's a bourbon. Anything else cannot be said that, and they're only allowed to use the barrels that create it once. If you use a barrel to create the whiskey more than once, it's just a whiskey, not a bourbon anymore. So it seems like it is not, resourceful.
So all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon.
Bingo.
Wow.
You got to classify. Is Maker's Mark a bourbon?
Yes.
Or it's a bourbon. So that's why it tastes so good, though, because it's like the way they do it, it's from that county, that barrel, the whole process.
One time
It's like Pete, they tell you it's close to Louisville, but it's more like an hour drive from Louisville. So if you ever want to go on that little tour, just make sure you know that.
Oh, the Bourbon Trail is a lot further away than they say.
Yeah.
Okay. But when you get there, it is
So when you
worth
go
it.
there on a party bus without a bathroom, just know.
AJ, you a whiskey guy, bourbon guy?
Yeah, I never used to be. I was a vodka guy back in the day, and then now, I don't know the difference, but yeah, I like whiskey, bourbon, either one.
It's such a cool, I feel like it's an entire thing.
I just put it on the rocks, just with some ice.
Yeah, I was going straight out of the bottle, but
What?
Oh, you're playing
Some
Swigs?
pulls.
played Swigs
I
last
love
night.
Swigs.
You making a bubble? You passing it around like in a circle?
Yeah, buddy.
Sweet.
It caught up to me too. I mean, I ate quick. I did not expect it. I've been ketoing for so long, so there's not a lot of basement in there.
Yeah.
Did you eat the day of your match?
Yeah, I had some. Oh, that's a whole other thing. I don't even want to get into it.
You poop your pants?
No, the food is a massive conversation piece at this point.
Was it too healthy? You were always mad it was always healthy.
It was, too healthy. Normally what they say about healthy food, it tastes like trash. Yeah. What? What? It was like I was back in the day whenever I would just put like hot sauce on I used to put everything on a bun and then I would just load it with cacciat sauce and everything tasted like bread, ketchup, and hot sauce. So no matter what the food was in there, it does not matter. It's going to taste good. Similar type operation there. in the catering situation. Yeah, that thing was loaded up with hot sauce on top of there. All right, so this is just this could have been a piece of paper, basically, and I was just eating it with how much hot sauce was on it. Yeah, that's a whole conversation that's way over my head. I'm not getting into that whole thing. That's a whole story, AJ.
Really? Are people like you are upset that they have turned it too healthy now?
I am not upset. I am not. Hey, listen, you got to do whatever you got to do. But people are wondering, like, kind of tastes like poop.
Can't have it.
People are there all day.
All day, yeah. All day. 2-3 meals people are eating over there.
Even for Mania?
Well,
I figured it'd
I
be,
didn't, I didn't go over there as much.
Okay.
So I'm not going to judge on that entire thing.
Very busy this week.
Very, very busy, man. I didn't stop, dude. No. I didn't stop. As soon as I got there, did not stop. Just straight through.
Yeah, I mean, your Dude Perfect thing feels like it was a month ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that felt like a month. Too.
You drained him first shot, though.
Exactly. Yeah, it was quick.
Pretty sweet.
Because immediately after that, I got a training session in too. At the stadium. So that went late into the night as well. So after watching Tyler from Dude Perfect do something awesome and celebrate with Kobe, who I got to see again, they came to Mania last night. So after celebrating with them, I had to go immediately into a training session, to get ready. And that thing was a good hour and a half, 2 hours. So that was and then we do the show, and then we go right into SmackDown, and then bang right into Saturday Hall of Fame. Yes. Then Saturday I try to sleep in a little bit. Obviously can't. I'm calling WrestleMania tonight. Go over there all day. Then bum, 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 bum. Then the plane's a little bit later than it was supposed to be. So I'm going to pass out at some point, and I'm going to, probably crash off of this incredible high that I've been living and experiencing. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I have no idea what the future holds in that business. I have no idea what the future holds, obviously, in anything. But last night is something I will think about forever. And it wouldn't have been possible without all of you, including you, Toxic AJ, including you, Toxic Table, the boys. I'm so grateful, so thankful. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go nap. Okay? Kind of mailed it in today. I do apologize. 2-hour show.
You're a little busy yesterday.
Yeah, you earned it last night.
Well, the liver right now is howling.
Shaking.
It is.
You should get an IV tonight.
Ooh.
Somehow. I don't know where or how.
I don't know if Indy does that.
Oh, yeah.
I know some cities.
Oh, they do.
Really?
Go on Yelp.
Right down the road.
Look it up on Yelp.
Swear to God.
I have to go to a place?
I believe they do mobile.
Man, I hate needles, but that would be something.
It is very quick.
It refreshes you.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
I do it once a week.
Something to think about.
You really
Something to think about.
You got an IV every week?
Yeah, but his is full of chocolate milk.
You didn't deserve that. Jesus. Hammer Dahn will be in 26 minutes, I assume, 3:30.
Chocolate milk is good.
We'll set it for 3:15. We'll probably start at 3:20.
3:20, Hammer Dahn at youtube.com/Hammer Dahn. Zito's going to go drink and shoot himself up with some chocolate milk.
That's quick, baby.
That's right. Yoo-hoo? What is that, the other?
Yeah,
You is good.
All right, I appreciate you all. Big giveaway tomorrow, big guest tomorrow, big conversation tomorrow, and hopefully my liver will be okay. Thank you all so much. You are the best people on earth. We'll see you manana. YouTube.com/Hammer Dahn. That's Dahn. Gambling show giving out picks and winners in about 15-20 minutes. See you tomorrow. AJ, have a great afternoon, pal.
You too, man.
All right, see you. Bye, everybody.